fucking champions. Biddly but yes, yo. Here we go. There's absolutely no reason to be down round here, yo. You know what time it is. Get that badger. In and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness. And we thought we'd start with a quick shit vid style intro. Keep everybody on the toes. What's good, everybody? Welcome. Here for a couple of hours to talk some... Plenty of turd, plenty of shit will be spoke and spat. Both from the... well, no, just from the mouth, to be fair. From the vocals. Through the orifices. Is it the orifices? Is it your orifice? Orifice or something? Or that might be. Is that your ass? I don't know, to be fair. What might... Esophagus or something? I don't know. Anyway, somebody else will know. I want to talk about Forest. I want to talk about the weekend upcoming. What a week we've had, you know, beating Forest twice, absolutely mint. I went to both games. Both games were... Well, the first game, you know, I had every feel of a Premier League game, and then I thought the second game was just like... I thought we just totally dominated them. I thought we were so much better than them in every department, you know. Don't worry about it. Roger Slicker is Jack Bate. Even made the bench tonight. We've seen more action from Lord Lucan these past 3 months. I'm not too sure what that means, Roger Slicker. War Piglet, our star man, has been moonlighting on the Just Joe football show. Evening all. Leeds. Gates up, War Piglet. Smash the likes to show what starts so you've paid your rent, my G. Gates up, War Piglet. Appreciate you, brother. Dazzler 15A up, big fella. I hear Dr. Farker has been hit with a climate stability penalty by the FA after chopping down the same forest twice in 3 days. Geets up, absolutely, Dazzler 15, yeah. And to be fair to Forest, you know, they are probably more than an established football team in the Premier League than we are, aren't they, currently? I don't think that will continue to be the case. I think we will take over just like the mighty Leeds always will. And, you know, the sleeping giant is back, isn't it? You know, the United are back. Hello. But yeah, the atmosphere were mint. Obviously, tends to be in cup, particularly like midweek, tends to be less people going to games, but it still seemed very much a sellout, to be fair. Our bus are a bit more quiet. I think there were only like half the people that went to the away game at Forest that went to the cup game, but that's just the nature of the beast as well. I think it's a bit shit that we've drawn Chelsea. I mean, you take the away day, don't you? But although depending on what week it lands on, depends on whether or not I can go, to be fair, because I think it'll land on the wrong week and I'll be away. I'm only off to Bridge, but I'm hopefully off to Bridge for a few days with Nikita, love. So got to get brutalised at night, where me and my brother got absolute beat down. Badgers assemble, War Piglet. Geets up, my man. Crickus says, we need a left-back goalkeeper and striker ASAP. I'm going to add ASAP Rocky, Crickus. I personally think we definitely need a keeper now, obviously, with Perry. Perry is going. Perry is leaving. Goalkeeper seems to be next in. Julian Erie, member for 8 months. Thank you so much. The power couple are in and on and over here. I don't think we'll get a striker. I think that ship has sailed. I think we could potentially get somebody exciting, you know, along the Mudryk type line, like, you know, left winger. I'd like a left winger, really, to be honest. Somebody to go up with Okafor and push him to the max. I do think we've got a decent enough squad when Nonto gets back, if we make a couple of additions. I'd sort of like dip in and out of worrying about left back. I do think James Justin's good, but you do lose a lot out or on overlap, don't you? I know this is the underlap, and he does like an underlap. No, but he doesn't particularly. But having said that, when Okafor plays, that just gives Okafor full license to get forward, really, doesn't it? We spoke about it on Joe's show, but Dan explained it really quite well, to be fair. How we sort of rotate the pitch round so that we have like an overload down the right. There's a lot more going on down the right, and then when Goodmanson and Okafor are there, they're very much one-on-one up against the right back, obviously the right winger or whatever formation we're playing against. But they're more liable to run with the ball, whereas, you know, if we've got Harry Wilson in there or Aronson, it's a bit more ticky-tacky, isn't it, you know. I did say though, because I do think Okafor gets an unreasonable amount of stick. Really, I don't really know what more he could have done in a season where we're sort of like in and around the relegation battle. I don't think we were ever balls deep in a relegation battle, but it did go on too long, longer than we wanted. But I don't really know what more you could have got out of your winger. Really, thought Okafor put a proper shift in. Thought like throughout the season. I thought Farke put his faith in him, which is proved. I thought everybody goes on about Farke that he doesn't put faith in players and wingers and forward-thinking footballers, but he did with Okafor. He just didn't with Ramazani. He gave Ramazani his chance in Championship. He got a few goals, and everybody's gone well over the top with it. But every single other winger that he's brought in, apart from Bornetta, which again, what's he doing now? It's like they all do this. It's not just Farke, is it? It's like anything when they come in, when a player comes in and then or 5 players aren't getting played, and manager gets sacked, and then the new manager comes in and just plays exactly the same team, because it might just be that is the best team. Granted, you can change things up, and a fresh face is sometimes the thing. This alleged manager bounce that doesn't seem to exist this year. But yeah, so I mean, I'd take a left back, but I think Elvedi's played left centre back quite a fair bit. Whether or not he can play left back is obviously very, very much a different role. But we sort of play with how we play. I think you can get away with James Justin at left back. It's just obviously if there were to be a couple of injuries, and I hate to say it, but I thought, well, I don't hate to say it. I'm glad for Nonto that he played well in pre-season, but when I say I hate to say it, I don't really want to see Nonto at right wing back. But I did think he played well against. Can't actually remember the game where I think did he maybe come on in second half for that? Or at Man U, I can't remember the first half. Man U, maybe, I don't know. Somebody will know in comments. But Nonto had a proper good game. But yeah, I do think that's a little bit of a risk in the Premier League, particularly when he's been a little bit hit and miss. And I don't really want to see Dan James in that wing back role either. So I think what it is, Cricus, other than a goalkeeper, which we obviously desperately need now, a second goalkeeper. It's also going to be quite difficult to sign a second goalkeeper when they know that's exactly what they are. So we might just get an old head really just to support Trafford a little bit, who I do think looks brilliant, looks really calm. Airy crackling up, everything got sorted after last week. Jack, cheers, dude. Yeah, it's all good, man. You're a legend. Also, we need Parag, Voldemort to step in, not let Ramazani leave the club. Ramazani's out of here. Airy crackling. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Jimmy the Chin, just because it gets up the Messiah. Normally waits a little bit more, does our Brett, to mention Jimmy the Chin, but he's in and on and over here, and I'm here for it. Alan Clark, what a start to the season, Jack. No slow start for Dr. Farke this year. Do you know, Alan Clark, not even thought about it, big man, about the slow start, which we've spoke about, haven't we, for, the past 3 years under Farke, and how he did it in Germany, how he did it for Norwich. He does start slow in seasons. We're two for two. I do think it'll be a difficult game, obviously, on Sunday, but hopefully they're not going out of it bank holiday and getting slished up. So there should be plenty. There should be plenty in the tank. First home game, it'll be a raucous atmosphere. I'm hoping 2:00 kickoff, so it's not too early to be. What would be the worst? Sometimes when it's 12:30 kickoffs and stuff. I mean, I'm on about for the crowd here. I think it gets overblown with players. I think they should be ready at 12:30. I think they should be ready at 8 at night. I think they should be ready at 2 in the morning. It's not like these games sort of pop up out of nowhere on them. But for the fan base, it does make a little bit of a difference. And people may say, when they get a bit of shit sometimes, they go, it's just about throwing nail down your neck with you lot. It's about throwing fucking nail down your neck with you lot. But it does help a bit, doesn't it? For the atmosphere. Them night games, them Friday night games. Some of the old boys are falling over after a bottle of wine when ball goes in. So, it just puts everybody in a bit of a better mood, doesn't it? And, also, even if you're just having a couple of pints or you're meeting everybody, you're getting up for game a little bit more. 12:30 feels really rushed, doesn't it? You're like, shit, I've got to get going. Like, if you're off with your kids, it's like, got to get going. It's like getting them out of doors as quick as you can. So everything's a bit more rush running down to the ground, it feels like. So 2's a bit of an in-between. But with it being Bank Holiday Sunday, everybody should have no excuse to just be topping up from the Saturday night. Yeets up. Yes, Enar in the wings. Appreciate you, brother. My guy. Dirty stop out on Just Joe's. I'm fecking missing Angry Mad Gav more than Jack. What do you mean dirty? Stop out, Roger Slick. I'll do a quick ship vid tomorrow for you, Roger Slick. Fear not. 78 RPM. My head is done you. Yes, you are the sane one in the Leeds creator space. The sane one. We are fucked. I'm up for it. 78 RPM. I'm here for it. And in fairness, it's only because I haven't been uploading much. I think if I'd have been uploading a little bit more, you'd be back to thinking I'm the one that doesn't have a clue what's going on. Pat Dunn, big up Jack, lad. We're looking like a proper team, aren't we? Boom, a bosh. Yes, indeed, we are, Pat Dunn. He couldn't not have asked for much of a better... Well, he literally couldn't have asked for a better start, to be fair. And, you know, the home game, at the opening game against Everton, the first game of the season last year, we sort of ground that out a little bit. And then to go into the cup game against a decent Forest side and slap them up like we did. I know there were changes made, but I do think our squad looks strong. My best mate Longstaff on the assist. I don't think he had his best game, to be fair, but still got an assist on board. It was good to see Dan James score. James Justin on the score sheet. Both in, I thought that was quite funny. I don't know if everybody's seen the thing. So obviously it says James, and then underneath it says Justin. I don't know whether that could have been called offside. Really, from where we were, but I think we just celebrated as soon as it went into the 6-yard box. My mate doesn't seem to reckon we score from throw-ins, and I think we're a right threat from throw-ins. You know, Ampadu flucked that one up, didn't he? But we still made it over the line. Zutter at inbound, is that picked up any more legs, Marcus May? I think, to be fair, there might be a little bit of waiting on Perry going out, because I don't think there's any. As long as they've got something lined up, we're also, I mean, Zeta will be decent, but we're not looking for a killer, are we? It's just, you know, somebody that, well, Darlow really, or, you know, if we'd have kept Perry in there, you would have taken that, wouldn't you, ultimately? It's just whether or not, obviously, Perry obviously don't want that. It hasn't worked out for him, has it? But in truth, in a mental roundabout way, it sort of has worked out, because now he's out the door. We've got Trafford in. I don't know whether Trafford was always going to be an option, whether we were looking at it last year and obviously went to Man City. I think he's a mint character, though. He's got a bit of shit on there for interviews, but only among other fan bases. I don't think any follower of Darlow would be... Any follower of Leeds United would be mad at Trafford, you know, talking sense, basically, in media. You know, I know he's a bit crackers, isn't he? But I actually agreed with him saying, like, we don't need to get too hung up. You win 2 and you're up here, you lose 2, you're down here. It's like, who cares? And everybody goes, what do you mean who cares? I care. I don't care. It's like, no, he cares. But just, you know, let's go game to game. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look after a couple of games. Let's win the next game. You know, it's just like, and then everybody, you know, me and our kid was saying about it the other day. You know, you win 3 games towards end of season. You're 17th all the way through season. You win 3 games with 8 games to go. You're 14th, 15th. Everybody thinks you've had a good season. So how does that work? You've been a stinking place out in 18th all season. Win 3 games on bounce. You're 15th. You've had a good season. It's like, that's what I was saying about last season. Although the finishing point was good at 14th, I don't think we'll have as many highs this season as we did last season, to be perfectly honest. I think the big teams that we beat, Man U, and, you know, drawing away at Chelsea, being 3-1 down, pulling it back against Liverpool. You know, I know we lost the game against Man City, but the turning point where, you know, we played really well in that game. Trying to think of other big results. Obviously got slapped up to Arsenal, didn't we, both times? But battering Palace, you know, and not that, but you're just beating anybody down like that. You know, we beat them 4-1 at home, didn't we? 3 or 4-1. You know, it's a beat down that, and we were going into that thinking, you know, Crystal Palace are a Premier League team, as they all are, but, you know. Jack, for context, Lord Lucan disappeared without a trace 40 years ago. I am the Lord Lucan, said he. That Mudrick fella wants Leeds because Dr. Farker and the medics fix broken toys. Toy Story. Love it, War Piglet marching on together. Bring the bastard in. They are saying that he's open to a move to Leeds, isn't he, Mudrick? Whether or not, I don't think Chelsea I don't think we're gonna get it over the line, are we? But RPM strikes again. RPM. The Dan James 3 points goal bonus. Appreciate you, RPM. There were no 3 points in it, to be fair, were there? But we're through to the next round. I appreciate you, 78. You're a legend, mate. The goal bonuses are back, boy. Go easy, though. Yes, AO. Hi, Jack and everybody. So smash the like button. Get the like button smashed, boys. We've got 35 in the room, and we've only had 22 likes. So cozy on up to that like button for me, boys. It does help. And then as we start releasing more videos, which we will do in the coming weeks, once we're back on the bandwagon with it, we're just working on other stuff, aren't we? But we've kept the Thursdays alive. Yes, Marcus May, what's good? All hail the Badger. All hails Jack Dildo. Yes, AO. Appreciate you, brew. 78 RPM. That's enough goal bonuses now, my man. You're very, very, very kind. Stack was the 3-point goal bonus. Yes, you are very well correct. But we're just doing... The super chat can just be for the victory. 78 RPM. Also, you don't need super chat for the victory, obviously. But I appreciate you more than you'd ever understand, sir. All boxed up. What's good, big man? Lukey boy in the building. Getting Jack. How good was that? 2 away wins, 2 clean sheets. Debut for Trafford. Debut for Elvedi, who looked like he's been here forever. That road on tackle on Wood. Sweet. We are going places. Goodmanson back. This is what I'm saying, Luke. You know, when you start getting players back in as well, and you just think we're getting stronger and stronger. And I know I'm banging on about Okafor, but I don't think he's up to full speed yet and stuff. And, you know, even getting James back, thought James played really well in Cup. It's just good to see him. You know, he's a threatening player, isn't he? Especially as a sub. Longstaff, Tanaka, I thought Tanaka played well. Calvert-Lewin coming off at better. You know, I thought Metcha got a bit of shit as well, but I think he puts himself about a fair bit. He's just not Calvert-Lewin. I don't really know. You know, I did think he chipped in enough last year, and I do think he's got a bit of quality, like on edge at box. You know, he can pull some decent. You know, Forest away before we got hammered 4-1, but that's not his fault. You know, edge at box, brilliant strike, good goal. Got a few in cup, didn't he, from edge at box? He's got a bit about him, his Metcha. It is, man. It's exciting. That just to touch on that tackle from Rodon, that was down our end, and it sounds like a knobhead thing to say this, but I watched the replay back, and it'll be same for you guys. The replay does not do the tackle justice. You know when something's like, it was like, I thought it was world class. I don't think anybody else on the pitch is making that tackle. He is sort of that type of player, isn't he? You know, he's fast, isn't he? And he's, would it be amble? Is amble the right word? But he's malleable. And obviously, it's just an unbelievable challenge. There's nothing better than that. And I'm not really up for defenders celebrating doing the job, as Roy Keane would say. But when it's a massive tackle like that in a big, or in a cup, or in any big, they're all big games, out the Premier League games. I know that we're a cup game, but that one is worthy of a celebration, because that's a goal, isn't it? You know, Rodon's just scored a goal there. I just mean Arsenal do it when they'll knock it out for a corner and they all go around celebrating and just think, come on, mate, you just won an header. But that's like, I would say, world class from Rodon, to be fair. Elvedi looked really good, to be fair, didn't he? But he ain't no joker, is he, Lukey boy? He'll be coming to play like they all are. I don't mean he's going to walk into the side. And hopefully, you know, with tackles like that with Rodon, it gets more out of Rodon, doesn't it? It keeps everybody on the toes. The big Mac Morogrovic, he can't be messing about. Even Biol can't be messing about. You know, he's a proper, World Cup footballer, isn't he? Like an international, proper, fully fledged international footballer. But I've said it before, and I will no doubt say it again. These things also work themselves out, don't they? Biol couldn't get inside last year for long periods. Everybody was wanting him in, and now he's like, you know, he's banging there, and you know, he ain't getting dragged out anytime soon. It just comes down to injuries and stuff. So Perry's gone, yes indeed, Lukey boy. Roger Slicker, Dave has started vlogging again. Controversial another comment of the night. Dave started his Badger idea before you. Somebody told me that before, Roger Slicker, but as the Lord is my witness, I really don't. I watch Joe and I watch Lockie, but I do not watch. I swear on my life, I don't watch anybody else. So as the Lord is my witness, I am not. If anybody's ever watched my channel, they should know I have not stole, or certainly not deliberately stole anything off anybody ever. I couldn't give a toss what everybody else is banging on about. So, but ultimately this is my badger, and it always will be. It always has been as well. So badges are quite common. If the 49ers spent as much time signing players as they spent on trailer trash, we'd have a great team. Trailer trash? Is that your controversial comment of the day? 78 RPM, legendary, but thankfully the goals have dried up because we can't keep going on. JJ embarrassed, but we take it, goal bonus. It was a mint celebration, to be fair, wasn't it? He's a fun lad, is James Justin. I think he's super underrated, super versatile. I like him in that right centre-back role as well. Genuinely, I think he's mint at it. I think he does what Rodon does in terms of getting forward. And do you remember when we all got told when he signed that he'd be exposed defensively? And I can honestly say, I think I've seen Bogle get exposed a couple of times in like prolonged in games. Obviously, they get beat every now and again, but they're going to get beat by these wingers in Premier League, aren't they? But I can't think of any moment I've seen him exposed. I can't remember who it was against Bogle, but he had a pretty poor game. But I think Farker knows the type of profile of player that they've got, so it's not really, he's not going to leave them exposed, is he? That's why he loads up in certain areas. I mean, Goodmanson don't get exposed. Again, a winger will beat him every now and again, but you've just got to be, your positional sense just got to be good. And we do have backup with the three big doofs, don't we, at centre-back. There is something about just having three units, really. Rodon probably the least so. But Matt Morokovic, he looks like a bit of a unit. Elvedi looked like a bit of a unit the other day. Biol is a unit. Rodon, as I say, is a bit more nimble, a bit more agile. And I do think he can get bullied a bit by big number 9s. But, But he's not, he's coming on leaps and bounds. He's excellent. Yes, indeed, it is your controversial comment of the day. We've got a mint team, mate, and we're flying. Yes, Mingy in the building. Getting the love. The Messiah being a legend for 11 months. Appreciate you, Bretty boy. How does that member work? When it says you've been a member for 11. Does that just come up randomly on the lives, or do you announce it that you've been a member? Farker is now in training for his upcoming BKB fight with Lampard. I think Lampard gets knocked through the ropes first round. The fire beast. He will not hold back, boy. Get up, Dazzler. He'll come out, he'll go simple with jab, won't he? And then there'll be a big fucking 1-2 straight down the pipe. Peace. Jack, have you got any criticisms of Metcha, or are you happy as Larry? I don't know if it'd be a criticism, but obviously, I don't think he's as good as Calvert-Lewin. I don't know if that's a criticism. I think I said on Joe's show of the day, I think Metcha is sort of stuck in between being absolutely excellent at football in real life and then not being able to replicate it often enough on a football pitch. So I think his touch will be mint. He's like I say, he's got quality on edge at box. All that stuff's brilliant. And I think he's probably a better footballer than Calvert-Lewin. But in terms of being a number 9, Calvert-Lewin is far better. That's why I used to talk about Bamford a lot. Metcha's better at football than Bamford, but I don't even think he's a better number 9 than Bamford was in his prime. Well, no, he definitely wasn't. But he's a better footballer than him. I don't think anybody could deny Metcha's, brilliant on ball. In terms of, I mean it like they all are. Just, to get to be the difference. The reason why he's a Premier League a pro footballer is because of how good he is technically. I actually think he's quite strong. I just don't think he's on the level of Calvert-Lewin with that. I think Calvert-Lewin's a proper number 9. Old school number 9. And Metcha, he's at an age now where that is the type of footballer that he is. He's better than Peru, isn't he? Dan mentioned the other day that he reckons that Farker sees Okafor as a centre forward, which, if Calvert-Lewin were to get injured, which I can sort of understand, and he has played there, so I can sort of understand it, but that is a different look. The only thing you would say about that is, he'll bring ball down and he'll actually try and beat defenders, which Calvert-Lewin sort of did at the start of last season, if you remember. He kept pushing it round players and like having a run down wing sort of to hold it up that way. But then maybe we started to clip it a little bit more. So, do you think we can play out from the back? It's going to be a question for tonight here. Do you think we can play out from the back? Because all our centre-backs now are ball players. I mean, I never thought Struett really was. I thought it was a bit of an hindrance on ball. Yes, Lukey boy. Badgers, geets up. Yes, Peter White, appreciate you, brother. Trafford, 38 plus clean sheets. Minimum 2 goals this season. We win the league again. Ole, ole. Love it, War Piglet. I can't imagine him not getting 38 clean sheets at this rate. Jack, would it be fair to say Longstaff had an indifferent game? Well, he got the assist, didn't he? To be fair, I couldn't really see the first half while he's on ball and stuff. It's quite hard to, when I know everybody people are lying, I think, if they're pretending that you know everything that's going on in ground. It's very hard to really sort of assess to every level of like every player what level they're playing at. But I mean, I know Longstaff give ball away. I think it was for the Rodon challenge. That was a bit of a stupid ball to give. He didn't have his best game, but ultimately goes on with an assist, doesn't he? And I thought the assist was quality, to be fair. Just nice touch and pumps it out. No, well, we still win game anyway, don't we, RPM? But we've been up wrong side of that, haven't we? And also, they've given the green light for Zeta to travel to Leeds. Get up, Marco Masela. Appreciate you, brother. Leeds got a new fan, Daddy. Well-being. Some mad yank with a porno stash. Yeah, I've seen that, Roger Slicker. Yeah, I saw it on... I've seen that American guy online. I do not get this Zeta thing. It seems crazy to me. Why buy a dodgy 31-year-old who is currently on more than Perry? They should pay us to take him, says 78 RPM. Well, you've got to find somebody that is of standard, though, don't you, that comes in and wants to be number 2, because he's not going to play. He'll play him in Cup, won't he? But he's not going to play him. You want to get him on them wages where, it's per appearance, and then just dupe him. I'm joking. I'm unsure of his name. I've seen the Tash in action. We noticed Haaland has had a Leeds United haircut. Bring him home, says War Piglet. He looks weird, doesn't he? I mean, I actually think I had a dream this afternoon when I got home from work. I had fish and chips from Bridlington today, and I passed out when I got home for about an hour. And I had a dream that I had really long hair, and I was at a wedding. And I don't care, really, but I was at a wedding, and I was in the bathroom, and I was like trying to sort it out, and I was like, why is it? But it was like my normal hair here, but then like mentally long, and I was like, why is it? What am I meant to do with it? Yeah, the wedding was weird. I mean, it was my dream wedding. You could argue, but it does look better. But it should have gone full buzz cut. There's still a bit of hair to it. Should have just gone for it. AO says, Jack, please address this. Now the 49ers owner's been arrested. Legend. He's breached the FA rules of being a fit and proper person to own a club, and Leeds United could face deep shit consequences over this. SOS. I think the world's going to be all right, AO. I just think he were banging some broad, wasn't he? I won't worry about it too much. I think it's legendary. I think it shows who we've got at the club. I like it. Not for me. I like it. He's not. That's why he's all. It's because you're used to this fucking ponytail hanging off of it, aren't you, Messiah? Evening, Jack. Paragi's back in the country to flex his power in the last 4 or 5 days. Get up, Richard Todd. 8 mil signing at Leeds B team. Now here we go with the first team. Get up, marching on together. Love it, Richard Todd. We're flying 2 from 2. 2 away games. We won 2 away games last season in the league. We're already at 50%. Now, granted, last year we did well against Wolves quite early on in the season, but then we sort of fell to bits a little bit. But again, that sort of skews our away form, because I do think our away form last year, or certainly the games Because ever since I started going, I don't know if I've fucking lost a game away from home. I actually am not sure that I have. I can't remember losing a game. But that will stop. And when it stops, when the fun stops, stop. You heard it here first. Zetterer is a great passer, but he's a piss poor shot stopper. I have Mez vibes on him. Bring Mez back, mate. Bring him back. Yes, Cletus, what's good? Good day, my G's. To be fair, it shouldn't take much money or skill to bag a trailer trash her, and you know it, Cletus. That's what the 49ers are all about, boy. It was never in doubt. Boys will be boys. That'll be his defence. When he goes into the board, he'll just go, boys will be boys. Scan to enter, what? Get this fucker scanned. We've got a competition going on. Get that fucker scanned. Scan to enter, boy. If second goalkeeper isn't done by 12 tomorrow, the boy Cairns is number 2 on Sunday. Yes, Pat Dunn, I know. Luckily, Trafford's got youth on his side, hasn't he? So I think we'll be all right. Cairns ain't that bad, is he? But he's not bad at all, is he? It's just, you do not. That is not his role. You don't mind him being around, in and around, for lads in training, like I've said before, and, apparently he stays behind loads, and he's, they're all pelting balls at him, and he's a good lad. He's literally living the fucking dream, isn't he? He'd be playing in middle of nowhere by now, and he's at, like, a big club. But, he shouldn't be starting against Brentford in your first home game if fucking Trafford hurts his hand tomorrow. Roger Slicker, dance wherever he may be, Jack is. The Lord Lucan, always say, Jack, you're the lyrics writer, not me. We'll make some at work, Roger Slicker. We're getting there with it. The year is 2050. Jackie boy will be starting the videos up again soon, and you know it, the Messiah. When us and Sunderland are 1 and 2 in league, boy. It doesn't matter if it's football related or not. He's been arrested and likely to be prosecuted for corruption. Look at Abramovich. That wasn't football related, and FA took action against him. I do think Abramovich is a little bit different. That he has ties to Russia, who are at war. I don't want to talk about the war. Reluctant to say I couldn't care less, but it's got nothing to do with me or this channel. Unfortunately have no power over the matter. But I do think banging some broad is, I'd be very surprised. It's his first offence, should be fine. I mean, didn't he just spend a couple of days in prison? That's it. Hope we can keep Trafford when Hollywood come looking for the next Spider-Man. He's mint. He certainly is. Got the reflexes of a cat and the speed of a mongoose. War Piglet. That's it. RPM, $150, no contest fat. He were in for 2 days or something, wasn't he? Or overnight or something. We're all right, AO. Fear not. Boys will be boys, Cletus. That's all you need to tell coppers. Wales players are hard as nails, apart from Darlow. He's gone now. See ya. If a billionaire cat spunk $150 in a cracker, the end is nigh. I agree. You've got to let these boys work hard, don't you? You've got to let them let their hair down and do demonstrous things. Oh, War Pigs. Behave yourself, brother. Appreciate you, War Piglet. Thank you, man. Bonus. Best Sean, internet. Underlappers. Marched on together. Appreciate you, War Pigs. You're a legend, mate. Thank you, man. All goes towards MOT, boys. Appreciate you. Not clickbaiting at all, 78. Abramovich had to sell Chelsea because of Russian links, and this could be what the FA need to hamper Leeds' progress, and I'm nervous until we're safe. Stay loose, AO. Stay loose. Get on right side. Get on right side. Remember, people, next JCC weekend meet-up is the 25th of September in Leeds. Get there if you can. Save the mother flumping date. Save the date, boyos. The Rodon tackle was a bloody hat-trick, and Rodon can shift. He certainly can, the right Reverend Wright. And I tell you something else as well. I do think it's sometimes to do with his positional sense. I think he thinks he can get away with it a little bit, which is not a bad thing. Well, it is a bad thing, but a lot of them rely on that. I think Virgil van Dijk relied on that a lot when they're trying to be more progressive, and now that he's not that, I think your bottle sort of goes. But I do think he thinks he can. I mean, it wasn't actually his fault, to be fair, the other day. That wasn't his positional sense. It was just how the ball broke, wasn't it? But yeah, that's why I think that's where these last ditch tackles come from, because whenever it's a last ditch tackle like that, something's gone quite badly wrong, and it's very rare that it's like, I mean, you could argue every chance made something's gone wrong, but you don't want to see them challenges, even though it was unbelievable to watch, and you do want to see it. I felt it sounded like Neville then. You don't want to see it. Well, you do. But, you don't want to see him every game. He's not going to be able to make him every game, is he? So the Messiah's the Messiah. I agree. I agree with that. There is a huge difference. You are clickbaiting. Read upon US law. It's done fuck all to do with the FA. It's a settled misdemeanor. Stay loose now, guys. Let's not get too boiled down with any bitch that's been banged. G getting more super chats when he's not here. Bonus. Get up, Mingy boy. What's good? Appreciate you, brother. Ming's in the building with the 2 quidders. Shout out to my 2 quidders. Shout out to them 2 quidders. Appreciate you, Mingy boy. See you at weekend, Ming. Let them sort it with Niners and Rangers. Note to do with us. Walks off whistling. I can't really whistle, but I can go. I just can't whistle outwards. I'm an inward whistler. My day is Xmas Day. The Messiah. You announced, you remember, understood. Get it announced on the regular, Messiah. Appreciate you, brother. Controversial 11. Jack's excuses. The quick ship vids in the post. Controversial 11. Jack's excuses. That doesn't make sense to me. Can confirm that do we think we can play out from the back with 23 votes? 78% have said yes and 22% have said no. I'm yes, but I'm going to add a caveat. I'm going to see what... Is it from the back 100% of the time? %75%, 50%, 25%. The reason why I asked that is because, how much of a state of play will it be? How often is it going to be? Are we going to be doing it every single time? And when I say 100% of the time, I just mean, is the keeper ever going to go long? Which is obviously not going to happen. Well, sorry, it is going to happen. So it can't really be 100%, can it? But I personally think we'll be... I should have really phrased it a little bit different, but maybe 50 to 75. I do think we'll always look to the centre-backs. Trafford will always have a look, but he's going to clip it. But I'm also counting that in, whereas if Trafford passes it out to Beal and he pings it forward, that also does happen, doesn't it? And I do think playing out from the back gets over-egged a bit. As in, I know I'm banging about that Palace game a lot, but we really switched it up in that Palace game. We played out from the back. We created all our chances with Rodon sort of flying forward down that right-hand side from the back. But when the ball's moving forward quickly, if you're playing a 10, 15-yard ball down the line, basically, which is what we're happening, I can't remember. It might have been Pascal. I can't remember who were centre back on the day. I just remember Rodon murdering it down right-hand side. But it's set off and the ball's going. It's basically, that's an educated long ball, isn't it? It's a 15, 20-yard pass into an area. That's not playing out from the back, is it? I'm talking about pissing around where you have to find these patterns. It's like, if somebody sets off a 15-yard pass with intent, is not playing out from the back. That's just a centre-back playing a forward pass, if you get what I mean. It's when we start, when you're asking for pressure in the box. I don't. In fact, no. I think it's closer to 50% of the time that we'll be asking for pressure in box. I think Farker has told him that they're allowed to clip it if needs be as well. Abramovich Russian links had nothing to do with the FA, and the FA made it their business. Well, it fucking is what it is, man. Metcha bounces around like Georgie used to do, entertainment-wise. He's a bouncer, mate. That's the only reason fucking government's here, innit? War piglets fuck us about. Come on, boys. Stay loose. Stay loose. Water is wet. Can confirm that, Ming. Have you heard from Joe Depp? Yeah, he was in the chat a little bit earlier, Mingy. Brett. Exactly, Messiah. Sports should be politically neutral, and no, it's not. Which is why I'm genuinely concerned if they could take action against Leeds in some shady way. I don't think any more than normal. Joe Depp's been in chat, boys. The Wedding Dreamer. I'm writing scripts as we speak. Thank you very much. Roger Slicker, let me know how you're getting on with it. Make sure the plot's as thick as my wiener. Russian money was sanctioned. You do not need to be a rocket scientist. Come on now, boys. Let's move on from the fucking war. Tried to explain it once, think I got away with it. We don't want that. We do not want that. Yes, G60 Nick. We had a great season last year, but had the 6th worst defensive record. Just think how much higher we will be this year with that in mind. With our solid back line, this is going to be epic. Love it, G60 Nick. I'm here for you, brother. Trafford's a massive bonus, isn't he? I do think, bringing Elvedi in and Mac Marokovic, extremely early doors with Mac Marokovic for me, but I mean, Elvedi's seasoned, really, isn't he? But I do think that looks like an upgrade, even if it's just overall than over Pascal. I think it's pretty shrewd business of us, really. If that was the plan, which obviously it was, if Mac Marokovic still... And I do think having, like, Big Biol, who is a proper pro, isn't he? He's a proper centre-back, He's got his foibles, and he'll probably get turned over a couple of times. He's a bit of a big bloke, isn't he? But I like these big fuckers, me. I think it's the best way to go with stuff. He's not missing in action. He's been on holiday, hasn't he, Lukey boy? He's, unless I've hurt Joe Depp's feelings, but the sponsor of the scoreboard, he was in early, I'm sure he was here. Maybe it's because I'm not doing watch-alongs anymore. Try to find him now, but I'm sure... thought I saw him earlier. Try to find him now, but I'm skipping too fast. I don't, I get far enough behind with comments to fucking have to move back to the start. I'll text him if you boys are genuinely worried about him, but I'm sure he was here, certainly last week. Jack, what was your first game at Ellen Road? What year? Who came with you and who played, etc.? Fucking hell. I've no idea, Roger Slicker, unfortunately. It'll have been my dad. My dad had a season ticket with my eldest brother. And then my eldest brother managed to get a season ticket when you could actually get them quite easily. Well, not easily, but quite easily. We were at family stand, and then John and a lad called Mike Deary got a season ticket in the Northwest stand. So the seat became available, and then I've got a middle brother called Dave who's been on channel. And I'm not sure with it. I think he was just busy most weekends. But I don't know how old he'll have been. I don't know how old I was. I think I'll have been... Shit, I don't actually know. 12. It were. I don't know if it had been the O'Leary era or just before, though. I don't know, truth be told. Roger Slicker. My brain don't work like that, man. That's why when people don't think that, they'll mention a player or something, and I'm like, I don't obsess about these things. Certainly not my first game. But yeah, it'll be my dad that took me. I'll have been a young kid. I hope that answers the question to the best of my ability. Jack, here's a poll. Minus Ian Hart, do we currently have a better back line today than we had under O'Leary? When you say minus Ian Hart, What do you mean? What do you mean by minor C and art? AO, as in like he's not allowed in the team. What do you mean by minor C and art? And then I'll pull that because I think that's a good poll. But I mean, I don't think it gets much better than Ferdinand and Woodgate, really. You know, Radaby's in there. I think that's a pretty good back line. I think these boys have got a bit further to go myself. I mean, they were in Champions League, big man. I'm pretty sure the guy that went with the Dixie Brass is in the clear. The divorce on the other hand. Yeah, yes, the right, Reverend right. Yeah, it's just leading to more personal problems, isn't it, than it is FA problems. Hopefully I won't need it, Roger Slicker, because if Big Steve keeps getting me away tickets, I'll be fucking going to as many as I can. Get up a Wimberway. Love to see it. Absolutely flying, mate. On the up, brother. All slap some support in there for sort of Wimberway making moves up in this bitch, up on that property ladder, boy. It has already been confirmed that Jed York thing won't affect Leeds or the 49ers. I text Enar's word for it. That'll do 78's RPM's heading, that's for sure. Paul, will Jack make it for 9? Why is that when I cut out last time? I'm unsure as to what that means, Mingy. Can confirm that is it from the back? Which sounds, when you just read it out as a question and a sentence, sounds pretty outrageous. Is it from the back? I mean, I prefer it from the back, but... Well, no, not me personally, but... Giving. 50% of the time is 61%. 17% of the... No. 50% of the time is 61%. 75% of the time is 17%. And 22% of the time is 25%. There's too many percentages in there, so if that makes any sense, good. If it don't, fuck 'em. Lager, beer, wine, or spirits, not a problem. What's your tip? Tipple. Lager. Beer. Wine. Spirits. Spirits. It's the narcotics. The spirits. Got to pick your games to play out and when not. Yes, indeed, Mark. Appreciate it, brother. It should be you just wanting to click the ball forward. You know, I just don't want to be forced into playing out front back. I don't think we do. I don't think Farker's... This idea that my man Fark, Dr. Farker and the medics are naive. Jack, for context, back in the day we'd say checks in post when it wasn't or road tax in the post. Understood. The check is in the post. Wait till we get along bottom side at Ellen Road like scum. This side will tear them a new one. Hashtag the happy clappers, underlappers. Yes, War Piglet. Can't wait for them Man U games, to be fair. You know, we did well against them last year as well, like I said. Again, big results. You know, we drew with them at home because of Perry's nosebleed. We could have snatched at them both time, get 6 points off them, and then obviously beat them away in sensational fashion. And to not put Okafor on the mat just for that alone is mental. You know, we bang on about Beckford, you know, singing songs about him. And granted, there is an Okafor song that has picked up a bit of heat now, you know, and it's sung a lot, and he deserves it. It's like, you know, that's because I must say that Beckford chant I found a little bit embarrassing, so I'm glad it's been squashed. You know, I haven't heard that sung for a while now, because I do think it's a bit like, you know, yesteryear, innit? It's a bit like, I do think you start becoming a small club when you're singing about Jermaine Beckford scoring a goal against a team that only had Gary Neville in it. Do you know what I mean? When we were so shit. So we weren't that shit at the time, but you know, the club we were shit in context to where we should be at, weren't we? I wasn't impressed with James Trafford hoofing the ball straight into touch. The percentage would have been DCL for 50-50. Some of them are going to go out of touch, and I just don't care, Roger Slicker, because I'll tell you what you get with Trafford. He's decent enough on ball. I don't actually think he's the best on the ball. And when I say the best, I just mean I don't think it's his best attribute. I think he's a proper solid goalkeeper when a cross comes in. I back him to come and get it, or at least come for it and fuck it up. If he comes for it and fucks it up, I don't mind. But I tell you what does my head in with 6'6" goalkeepers is when they come out and they don't get past the defender and they don't get anywhere near it. They don't even have the opportunity to fuck it up because they're flapping around and they're falling down, and it's like, you are massive. You can use your hands. You shouldn't even have to jump. You're already fucking, however long your arm is. What's that, 2 foot taller? What are you doing? You've got your knees, you've got your elbows, you've got your head, you've got your shoulders, you've got your toes. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. That should be what a keeper sings to himself when he comes out to collect. Go heads, shoulders, knees and toes, and just all of it. Just fucking wipe everybody out Sunday League style. You can't touch the goalkeeper, so why don't you just come out and fuck everybody up? Anybody's guess. I'd rather Leeds pass around the back to protect our lead, waste time and frustrate teams than playing out from the back. Yeah, you can. To be fair, Rayo, yeah, it's the forcing it from the keeper out from the back that shits me up. I think once you get sort of up to 25 yards out, you know, if you move the ball forward quickly, that's why they push it into Ampadu and stuff, don't they? Because they're hoping that he can turn, look at right back, look at left back, and then you're in a better set then to sort of like move the ball around Arsenal style, aren't you? Arsenal back in, well, I say Arsenal back in there, they're back fucking normal, aren't they? Where the fuck is MVG bonus? We're missing BMG as well, aren't we, Mingy boy? Text needs to be sent in. I mean, we shouldn't. Nobody should be getting a bonus for not knowing where MVG is, though, Mingy. It's a negative thing. But yeah, appreciate you, Mingy. Our back looks delicious. It does that, Cletus. Is MVG at work? Is he, Lukey boy? Yeah, I think I know what you're on about there, Cletus. I know I've fallen into a couple of them as well. Leeds look genuinely pissed off losing out. I'm going to say it now, Brett. I don't even think. I think when, you know, my main man Joe, when, you know, not overly rating Okafor, I just think, I don't know. I'd be really interested to see what this Paixão does if he does come. I don't think he'll light it up. You know, I think what happens is people get, I'm not on about Sunderland fans, they've allegedly swooped in, but I think, you know, if Leeds have allegedly been pursuing him for however long, obviously are looking at him as an option because the pool of players is, although it's deep, they're all after the same players, aren't they? So there's certain players that are looking interested. But really, if it was, well, I don't know, because then I end up tripping Okafor up by accident if I say that. I'm Team Okafor, fuck it. I'd obviously take Paixão in, but I don't care, truth be told. I just care about whoever comes in. And let me have a look at them, and then I'll watch them and go, right. But, you know, he didn't have best seasons last year, did he? So I think the jury's out, and it's a big old tough league. And Sunderland, you know, games going to be coming in, flying in. Left, right and centre, Sunday, Thursdays. I don't know, is that what he's about? Has he got it week in, week out? I don't know. Does he want to do hard yards? You know, don't know. Yes, Jay Darnborough, what's good, big man? Appreciate you, my man. Was it a mullet in your dream, hairstyle? No, unfortunately not, Peter White, because I'd have absorbed a mullet. I'd have just gone, well, she's cut me a foot of keen mullet. But it were like real thick, like strawy hair. And it were like across my forehead like that, but loads of it. And then real, that like all like sideburns. It wasn't mentally long. It wasn't like long hair. It were like just like over my ears, you know, like just stupid. So I didn't, it was horrible. It was horrible. Well, it was a horrible hairdo, but it was also an horrible dream. Leeds in a comfortable passing team. Just get them on the counter. Longstaff, James, Metcher, Tanaka, woeful on the ball. Longstaff, James, Metcher, Tanaka, woeful on the ball. If there's one thing Tanaka isn't, it's woeful on the ball. I mean, I think he put himself about a bit the other night. He actually made a few decent challenges in that, but I actually think he's really lightweight. So the one thing he isn't is woeful on the ball. I think that being said, you know, he can be wasteful and he can be a bit frustrating on the ball. But I don't think I think his best attribute is him on the ball. James, again, none of them are woeful on the ball, Roger. I can't even absorb that. James is obviously a better direct footballer who gets at players. Metcher, again, how can he be woeful on ball when he gets 2 or 3 screamers a season, does the big lad? And my best mate Longstaff is best player at club, so... Rodon, Biol, Tariq, Elvedi and JJ as a backup with Trafford behind any of them in a 3. It is a cheat code. I agree, 78 RPM. And you've got enough, This left-sided centre-back stuff bores me to tears. Elvedi's played there more than he's played right centre-back, so... I'm delighted we didn't sign Igor as he wants European football, so best of luck to him. Well, I always think this is a danger zone, you see, AO. When people come in and say, "Oh well, he wants to go play in Europe or whatever," it's like, didn't we go down that line with Sinistera and all them fucking idiots that all just literally just wanted to play in Premier League and then they just ran off? I don't think we've signed a player yet that doesn't have the right attitude, or that that Farker aren't then fiended out. Molly, me old mucker. Jack, when was the last time you had chicken fried rice and curry sauce from Happy Wok? The last time I had chicken fried rice and curry sauce specifically from Happy Wok would be, I reckon, 2015. Possibly, yeah, I didn't go off it, but I moved on to chow mein. But the last time I had it on a tab would be 20... The last time I had it on a tab would be 2008. Because the tab got white, Matthew Mallinson. I don't know why I'm calling you by your full name. Everybody give some love to Mally in the chat, boys. Mally's a ledge. The Happy Wok days. Rest in peace, Danny. Fecking hell, Jack. Memory like a fake vague fan. Fake vague fan. Fake vague. I don't know why I'd remember my first game, to be fair. It's all about the company, innit, that you hold. I've no idea who my first game was. I really don't. We look really solid, says Steve Tordoff. But let's be realistic. We've only played a poor Forest team. Let's see where we are after 10 games. I'm team 10 games, Steve. But I do think it's a little bit unfair on Leeds to suggest that that's a poor Forest team when everybody's been banging on about Forest for years now, and I've had to listen to everybody tell me how good they are and how they're going to compete at certain levels, and so I don't, Forest are always a team that we want to be competing with right here, right now. So if they're poor, we're poor. I don't think we're poor. I think we're both going to finish in similar areas. So I think we'll be looking at 11th. We'll be fighting it out for 10th and 11th. And 11's my favourite number, so I'll take it. But it's not long ago that Forest were the next team, weren't they? And they get all big managers in. Apparently Glasnow's good, so let's see it. No, I don't give a shit about it either, Lukey boy. This season number 5 is Tariq. Cheers, Mac Morokovic. We bless you. And they said we love you then. I meant without Ian R, as in. Do you not rate Ian Hart? Delighted to say that Lager has pissed it with 53%. Beer with 21%, which I will take. Wine, I'm delighted to say, got 5%. And Spirits has got 21%. And I actually think that's a fair assessment, even though I'd probably go Spirits over beer because I really don't like beer. I'll put without Ian Hart, but I don't really understand that. I don't know how you can do that. I'm going to have to leave it in. Is this defence better than O'Leary's? You need to try rib tips in hot sauce from the Wing Hing. Is that a joke there, Cletus? It sounds like a fucking tongue twister. Ming Wing Hing. Ayo, remember though, that rhymes. Paixão was only impressed Dutch and French league. Premier's a different ballgame altogether. So what are your thoughts on it then, Brett? What are your thoughts? I'm surprised you're not necessarily in. My first game was, yeah, but let's remember, Rogers, like, you got a memory like a fucking elephant, haven't you? Is that a myth? We'll find out in a minute. Leeds beat Cambridge 2-1. £14,000 was the admission. More details to follow if called on. True story. Send the details in. I've deliberately misread the price of it, by the way, Roger Slicker, before you frantically type to abuse my reading skills. Yeah, I've only drunk it once. Santa Cletus properly only drunk it once, and I nearly died. Mainly the day after, it just was not worth it. Paul from the pub bonus. Geets up, Mingy Mush. Ming Mush. I don't care whose head gets done in. All opinions are welcome. And if people go handbags at dawn with discussions that says problems, it's all good over here. And you know it, Ayo. That's why you come with the controversial comments, mate. We appreciate you. Fear not. Handbags in the glad rags. One credible source we were in for Paixão this season. Anyone won. Anyone won. Well, the chronic texter. Oh, Pat Dunn. Jack, have to head. Keep it real, brother. Boom. Appreciate you, Pat Dunn. I know you've probably pissed off now, to be fair. Is Pat Dunn still on holiday there? I'm getting mixed up here, aren't I? I've just realised Appreciate you, Pat. Thank you. I think I've had a fucking meltdown there. Cheers, Pat. Appreciate you. Jack, if Donto or Ogfor unavailable during the season through injury, would you mind seeing Tariq play on the left wing? Yes. That would be something I never ever want to witness as a Leeds United fan. I wouldn't even really want to witness that if I want a Leeds United fan. You know, if you've gone to the game and Morokovic is playing on the left wing, it's a bad day to be watching sport. To be honest, Marseille is a safe haven for players with dodgy pasts and is associated with the dark side. All boxed up. I do not care to have any dealings with them. Get up all boxed up. You're not wrong, mate. There's a lot of skullduggery goes on, to be fair, isn't there? Like, who else is it that get them all in? Monaco and stuff. It's all a bit fucking dodgy, innit? They're all on fuck about, aren't they? Saw Martin at Ellen Road in 96. Seen Trafford at Church in 2026. Exciting times. England's number one. You can show City what they lost. Indeed, Warpig. I do think they've got a good goalkeeper in Donnarumma, to be fair, but it's a brilliant signing. And to be honest, it's already proven to be. Well, it hasn't, but I think we know he's got his head on his shoulders. The Right Reverend Wright does look like Penfold. And I'll tell you somebody who looks and acts like Dracula. Big Steve. Calling him Dracula in I can't remember where we went. Gdansk. But yeah, he does, Right Reverend Wright. And there's something in it. He's the only player in the team, really, other than Dan James, to be fair, that wants to like get past his player, get past his defender. But Dan James does it in a slightly different fashion. Okafor, that's all he's looking to do. And he's looking to do it from deep. He will go with the flow early doors, yo. I love it with Okafor. You know when he gets on ball that he's going to try and beat his defender, and that is all you want your flair players to do, really, because it opens the game up in completely different ways. And I said it before. Well, I actually said it on Joe's when I was trying to defend Okafor, and I could have spoke a bit. Sometimes, I normally just speak shit on my own on here, don't I? So sometimes when you're in conversation with other people, and it's not like a pub talk, so it's not like you can just sort of jump in and make your point. You've got to do your best to be polite. Or, well, I mean, you don't have to, but because all YouTubers aren't nice, so they're not polite, they're all dickheads. But I don't mean necessarily Leeds things there. I just mean like all wankers, that all Rory Jenkins, all Jenkins and World and that lot. Well, I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was fucking saying. Put some on back foot. I can't remember what I was saying. Fuck it. Yes, Mingy boy. Guinness and I had a mullet. Get up, War Piglet. Are you a mullet man? Last year he didn't want to know Leeds. This year nothing has changed. I don't want a player who doesn't buy into Leeds City, Leeds fans. Most of all, Leeds United and the dream. Well, this is kind of it, Lukey boy, yeah, because, this is what I was saying about Sinistera and that. It's all right, I'm coming in and sort of thinking, well, this is all right. Like, I want to play in Premier League and, like, looking for a bit of a paycheck as well, rather than thinking, like, are we making moves here? Are we progressing and moving forward? And that doesn't mean necessarily that he isn't either, to be fair, but I don't know. He didn't show much ambition to come over, did he, at the time? So I'm on board with it, Luke. I agree. I think he's... fuck him. Come on, our Jack. Christmas song. Greg Lakes. I believe in Dr. Farker. Love it, War Piglet. Should we do a Dr. Farker and the Medics song? Christmas #1. I don't like Guinness per se, Jimmy Sandwiches. I'd drink it. Welcome, by the way, Jimmy Sandwiches. I'd drink it if I had to. But, it's very rare you have to drink anything, but other than water, and even then you don't have to drink it. You just be thirsty. But yeah, I had it once in Dublin for a stag do, and I had it all day, even in airport and way there. And then I found out there were about 20 of us, and I just thought you had to drink Guinness because I'm an idiot. And just I thought everybody would be, and I thought on a stag do I can't be asked somebody saying, "Oh, why are you not drinking Guinness?" And then I found out about 5-6 that lads were drinking lager all night. I was fuming. I was throwing it all up. It was because I'd had a normal session on it, so I'd had however many pints I'd have through a day and a night on a stag do, which is quite a lot, in Guinness, and I just couldn't fucking... Well, no, to be fair, my brother wrote me off with some ball baggery with the I think I've told the orange story. We were throwing orange about, and if you couldn't catch the orange, we kept stealing this orange off of one at bars. I went back to Dublin with Nikita Love, and I was intimidated by a pint of Guinness. It was like probably about 4 years after last time I went, last year or year before, and I was like intimidated by Guinness. So I had about 8 pints. Like, right, I'm gonna fucking risk it. I'm gonna have a Guinness, and it was lovely. So I am partial to it. To be fair, Jimmy Sandwiches, it does give you a certain type of feeling. I take it back, but I just overdid it. The first proper session I'd ever had on it, and I overdid it. And yeah, if you didn't catch the orange, it was pathetic. But you had to steal this orange off the bar. It was in a bowl. There were like loads of fruits in this bowl, which I don't know why, because it was like a nightclub as well. It wasn't just like it wasn't a bar, it was a nightclub, and it's like to my knowledge, everybody was mashed in there, so people are just doing stupid shit. So you had to get the orange. The rules were you had to take it in turns. You had to get the orange, and then you had to throw it. There were only 3 of us left, and you had to throw it. Me, Lancy Boy, or Greengrass, and my brother, and you had to throw it at either one of the 2 people, and if they didn't catch it, they had to have a double whiskey. So I was hell bent on retrieving the orange, and every time not getting caught for retrieving the orange, and every time the orange got thrown at me, I was hell bent on catching that fucking thing, because I knew the one thing I did not want is a double whiskey. I never want a double whiskey, full stop, but I definitely don't want it after I'm feeling a bit dodgy after 15 Guinnesses. So the physical brother must have just caught on to the fact that I was really doing my best to catch the orange. So the monster threw it at my knees. So it was like an impossible catch for the best cricketer going. And like an idiot, rather than saying, well, no, that is foul play, it's like a weird thing, innit, drinking. You know, you've got like a weird, or I do anyway, got like a weird pride to something like that. If somebody buys you something, it's like, well, you won't have it, like, I will have it. Like, well, no, I don't want it, and I don't really need to have it, and like, you shouldn't have bought me it. You've also, I didn't even agree to this game, it's just a random game. I don't even know how we define the rules, to be fair. But, you know, it did work. I mean, but I mean, we weren't allowed in the night after. Let's put it that way. And then I went back to the place because I couldn't even remember where it was. I've said this before, but I might as well have got, because we went for 2 nights, and I might as well have got on a flight simulator, got back off at Leeds Bradford, and just gone to a bar that I'd never seen before, because that's all it felt like in Dublin. I couldn't remember a fucking thing. So I was like, when we went back, I was just piecing it all together with Nikita Love. I was like, oh my God. And then we went in that bar with Orange, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. Oh, it's funny. Let's not talk about Christmas yet, boys. Glasner is the second highest paid in the Premiership. Is that right, Peter White? Fucking hell, that's crazy to me. He's gone then in a couple of months if it doesn't happen. I mean, he's gone anyway, if it doesn't happen with Marinakis, but be a hell of a payout. If I'm honest, 2. I don't think we'll get one over the line. I think there's a chance on last day we might get a 3rd in. Keeper. I think we might miss out on this bit of magic, but I think we might bring a squad player in. But I think we might miss out on the bit of magic that I want to miss. That I don't want to miss out on. That I want. I think that might be the miss. What do you think, AR? Should we pull it up? Is this defence better than O'Leary's? 58% have said yes. That's crazy to me, to be fair. Woodgate, Ferdinand, Radaby, Kelly, that dick slap Danny Mills, Ian Hart. I know I'm going to be without Ian Hart, but who else would cover back at left? Who would cover at left back for Ian Hart? I can't remember what I'm going to pull up. How many players we're signing? Before window ends. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. And if 4 or 4 more wins, I'll carry on further. I'm not really for Paixão. We have enough left wingers. Think he would need a season just to acclimatise. We don't do handbags round here. Chairs only. Messiah, I know that for a fact. And the legendary who's just entered the building can vouch for that as well, to be fair. I agree with you though, Messiah. I don't think... I'm not sure he'll come in and rip it up. I heard about Paixão from Bernard Matthews, and he said he's beautiful. Love it, the right Reverend Wright. Bernard Matthews, the chicken slaughterer. Yes, all boxed up. MVG getting the love. Poll result, will Jack appear before 9? No, 143. I ain't got a fucking clue what the hell's going on here. I feel different, powerful for some reason. Love the punctuation, MVG, and it's getting the love that it deserves. Jack, in this vivid dream, was your hair long like a Max Wall with long hair? What's Max Wall? You got to Google Max doing his funny walk to music. That will give you nightmares. I don't need any help having nightmares, Roger Slicker. I have the fucking most wild dreams. My dreams turn as anybody else's. Like, they start off I think they're a dream, obviously. I'm not thinking largely. And then they turn into like horrible things, and I'm like, what the fuck? They're the worst ones, because at least with the nightmare, it's like the last bit you remember is a nightmare. But I remember it turning into like horribleness. It's awful. Prediction for the season: a game will come. We need to win. Dr. Farker sends on Cairns and puts Trafford up top, and he scores. The best player in the fucking league, in the net and in the fucking up top. And you know it, War Piglet. We're gonna need him, mate, and you know it. MVG, all boxed up, eh? I'd ask what I've missed, but sadly I know the answer, and you do by now, MVG. If you don't know by now, you never knew, boy. Dracula's story came about by somebody having a dream at Whitby. Is that actually true, Roger Slicker? I love Dracula. Who would have thunk? Less content than last week. Thank you very much, Ming. Appreciate you. One thing guaranteed is the fantastic people in this chat every time get up all boxed up, and you know it. There's some boyos. We've got a couple of power couples in the midst. Appreciate every which one of you, and you fucking know it. Guinness is delicious, but too many pints is heavy on the stomach. Cheers. Yes, indeed, I absolutely can vouch for that. So I now have my lager, and then I will have the Guinness. I do it the other way around rather than all Guinness and then double whiskey. We just walking to each other in the chat. So business as usual, mate. Walking to each other. Talking sometimes as well. Texting, talking, walking, squawking, forking. Bit of wordplay there. Guinness and barley wine. Wow, you can still only just walk, but your teeth are all mushy and can't string a sentence together coherently. That sounds violent, Roger Slicker. Absolutely violent. Has the marine biologist MVG managed to debunk Ming's upside down mermaid yet? Get up. There'll be no messing here. I presume that's from the chat. Normally when people are drunk, the rules to games are determined on a make it up as you go along basis. I think that is true, isn't it, AO, to be fair? And nobody's in any sane mind to sort of know that the rules have been changed. It's like, no, do you not remember? They want the rules. These are the rules. Like, oh, fucking hell. I think they were the rules, actually. I think he's right. And you know it. Guinness and barley wine. You don't fuck about, MVG. Glasner is on 14.5 million a year. I think he's gone by November. He'll be getting one hell of a payout, though, won't he? To be fair, though, they all go, don't they, at Forest? I actually, Marinakis is a fucking crazy bastard, isn't he? And an idiot, but... Well, he's not an idiot. He can't be an idiot, but... There's two ways to run your football club, isn't there? There's Marinakis style, and he's done all right, hasn't he? And then there's 49ers style, isn't there? And they've done all right. So there is, unfortunately, no method to it. You can't be mimicked. It's like, that's why these managers need to bring their own identity to stuff. I think the days of, like, similar styles, I know they all sort of mimic a style a little bit. But, this... I'd argue we've gone backwards to go forwards. So I think everybody's, for some reason, now realised that you don't have to play Pep Guardiola's way. And I don't really know why so many people stuck with that for so long, really, like, at every level. I know it's good to play it, but your centre-backs are centre-backs because they're meant to be good at defending predominantly. If you've got the defenders to do it, then, if you're Barcelona, you can do it. And I do think that, I mean, that's a different kettle of fish. But there's no, we've sort of gone back. I think Farker's actually like Sam Allardyce at Bolton. Because if you actually remember Bolton, it's what I mean about managers, players. They box themselves in. You don't have to accept this. Farker is not like Sam Allardyce, but if you remember Sam Allardyce at Bolton, they were robust and strong, but they played, and he let JJ Kocher go wild, and I think was Djokovic there and stuff at the time. I can't remember who they had up top, but Davis were a big, strong target man, but again, decent on ball. You can still play, can't you? They still played, did Bolton. It don't work to just be aggressive, or I mean, it can work if you're super aggressive, like Wimbledon were back in the day. But again, like Fashanu were a good player, wasn't he? And I mean, I don't know the Wimbledon team too well, but I've no doubt they have some decent players in the side. It's like you can't just be super aggressive. So I do think Allardyce and that lot sort of become like this. They become too defensively minded, like they are a rescue job. Doing the job Allardyce did at Bolton wasn't a rescue job. It's a brilliant job he's done. Pochettino did a brilliant job, didn't he? And then he got a big, well, went to Tottenham and ended up at PSG or whatever. You know, Company did a decent job at Burnley. Then he went to, and then he got relegated. Then he went to Bayern. Xabi Alonso gets a big job, having done well at, I can't fucking, Bayer Leverkusen. So, you know, I don't know. Farker is Sam Allardyce at Bolton. It just sounds like such a diss. But I'm Farker and the medics, aren't I? Yes, boys. Keep the polls in. Legendary. I'm wide open tonight. Legs spread. Math's not a strong point, MVG. Never has to be. Prefer the octo crab personally, but who am I to tell the Lord what to do? Crabberpuss. I'm loving these creations. My day is Xmas Day. My hair is like a bitch's. How can people deny me? They can't, mate. As you asked, Jack, I think we sign 2 more players and get 1 or 2 on season-long loans. I'm not sure we'll go down the loan vibe here. We've got 47% here after 30 votes saying 2 come in. 23% think 1. 23% think 3. And 7% believe 4. I cannot, in a million months of Sundays, envisage 4 coming in, to be honest. Sounds like a poll to me, Ming. Octocrab or Crabtopus? Brent wants a nickname like us cool kids. Let's have it. So unfortunately, because the people have spoken, I need to switch the poll up, even though I was enjoying that poll. But it's had 30 votes, to be fair, and there's only 53 in the building with 53 likes, to be fair. So, but we know that we're on that rotisserie, so if you could smash a like for us, guys, it'd be much appreciated. 47% of the people believe Farker is going to bring in 2 more players. Brett's new name. Octocrab. Crabtopus. I personally think Octocrab is better because I think it rolls off. I think Crabtopus is a bit harder to say. The B-Day boy. 25th of December boy. Marinakis was probably on the phone at the end of the game. Yeah, well, he won't be fucking about when he gets done over twice. You should look into the buy a coffee thing, Jack. Yes, the right, Reverend, right. They all do that, don't they? What's, well, I say they all do that. I know Joe had like a buy me a coffee thing. I don't really know how it works, to be fair, but I will do right, Reverend, right. Thank you for the heads up, brother. I don't really know what it's all about, to be fair, but I presume it. Well, I presume. I don't know what it is, to be fair, the right Reverend. But thank you for your super chat, man. I appreciate you, brother. Chris, Golf Clash. Hey up, Jack, lad. Another shit vid, eh? Love it. Gates up, my lad. Cheers for tuning in, brother. Paxo can do one for me. I'm just happy we didn't sign that Delap prat from Dirty Chelsea matching on together. He's divided opinion, hasn't he, a bit, Delap, Chris? Which surprises me in a sense. Now, I'm sort of 60-40 in persuasion to bringing him in. I don't know whether it upsets the apple cart a little bit. And I know that becomes a bit risky with DCL. You know, if DCL were to get injured, you're then totally reliant on Metcha. But depending on how long he'd be injured for, anything up to a month, I think you can get away with. But if it goes over that, I think it'd be a long way home with Metcha up top. But Metcha knows that he's sort of like the bit part number 9. If you went Delap, they are 2 different types of players. And I don't think Calvert-Lewin would be overly impressed that he's, you know. I mean, I still think it'd still be my number 9, would Calvert-Lewin, to be honest. I just don't know. I don't know how it works as a dynamic. Suddenly, Calvert-Lewin is under a lot of pressure, which is fine. Fuck it, it's football. They get paid enough to be under pressure, and ultimately, I just think back in day, once so bad, you'd have like 4 of them, wouldn't you? And you'd have like, Viduka, Smith. I don't know if Hasselbank were there at the time. Robbie Keane, fucking Robbie Fowler. I mean, we had loads in, and Darren Huckabee even who used to then go out a bit more wide. We had loads up top, didn't we? Bridges. So I don't. Obviously, there were 2 to pick from then, weren't there? So two centre forwards. So obviously, I don't know. It just then, do they play? He just keeps getting half an hour, does he, UNDERLAP? I suppose not played a lot of games last year for Chelsea, so maybe he would have taken that. But ultimately, he's gone to Forest. He thinks he can play 90 minutes. But I don't think he's necessarily picked Forest over Leeds, to be honest. I think a lot of that, all that stuff that comes out in media with that type of stuff's absolute trash. Love all these questions, etc. to a pick of Jack. I don't know what the fucking hell's going on with this Mingy. Crab to pussy. It's too hard to say, mate. I was at Piston Stone in hotel in Amsterdam. I dropped 300 quid on floor, found it next to me. Then went round bar asking who dropped 300 quid. No. True story, within the hour, I realised I'd fucked up. That is mental, Roger Slicker. I actually think that's one of the most gangster things I've ever heard in my whole life, though, to be fair. That is genuinely... You did put true story. So did anybody take the 300 quid off you, though, Roger Slick? That's sensational, dude. I've noticed the profile pic, MVG. I was actually going to comment on it, to be fair. The danger cat. The demon cat. I'm just wondering whether it's fucking from that vid. $200. Yeah, 200 a max. I presume is that because I had to run off last week? Yeah, well, it might. To be fair, the combination of the two things might be the same thing, Messiah. I'm fucking perplexed. Yes, saying Ellen White's what's good, big man. Ippo looks like he's had a skinful too. He does look a bit drowsy, doesn't he, today, to be fair to him. I always try and lift his eyelids, his eyebrows or whatever. Not his eyelids, his eyebrows. But they just fall back down, so... I like them up, really, but... Oh, but, I can put them behind some, actually. Oh. It has worked. Do you prefer his eyes out, boys, or his eyes down? I don't know, it's freaking me out a bit now. I've not seen him like that for donks. Feel like he's fucking watching me now. I'm not sure I'm keen on it. Eyes up or eyes down? I'm going to have to pull it up. Can confirm that Octocrab has won, which I'm up for. Because Crabtopus is far too hard to say. Start a poll. The hip hop, a pot. The hip hop, op, ot, a muss. Eyes up or eyes down. I'll let the people decide. I'm a river to the people, as you well know. Even got an old phone for next time. Oh, fucking hell, man. Messiah. It's going to cost you more in sorting shit out, though. When you'll be spending more on phones and wallets. You might as well just gamble on yourself not losing it, old boy. Cats are evil, says Cletus. I love them, mate. I think they're mint. Yes, Southie, appreciate you, man. Can't believe you should get your membership for free, to be fair, Southie. Super chats that always come flying in. You're a legend, mate. I've also seen you on Joe's supporting with the super chats, man, which I know he appreciates, man. You are a proper solid one, mate. Appreciate you, Southie. And I know Joe does, and I'm sure he's told you himself, but thank you, Southie, legend, mate. No, I didn't, Roger Slicker. I feel like you think I've completed the internet, Roger Slick, and like I've just seen everything ever. Jack, did you see that Indian family jump off a cliff over a mobile phone? What the fuck is that? What does that even mean? What, a possessed... It don't make any sense, Messiah. So do you lose the phone and do you lose the money that isn't in the wallet? Or, you know, how does it work? It's Chelsea for us in the third round of the Cup. Get a ticket for this game, Jack, and then we defo win. I know Alan Clark, that's my worry. The only thing is, I think it's going to land in the week where I'm away. Well, I'm not. I'm off to Bridton with Nikita. Shouldn't know yet, to be fair. I need to book it, but I've just got it off work. Because I think, is that going to land in the week of, like the 7th? Will that land in that week? So like next week. Like, not. In 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks. After next weekend. Fucking hell, why can't I work out how days work? Basically in 2 weeks. I think it's going to land on that week, innit? So I might, but you know, I'll be gutted to miss Chelsea away, to be fair, but Nikita Love needs some attention every now and again. MVG getting the love from Ena. Hear me out. The only reason Pep is successful as a manager is because he has the team playing simple soccer and it works a dream. Well, he has unbelievable players as well, doesn't he, AO? But you've got to say to him, to be fair, you know, what he has delivered at every club he's been at, and like the way, you know, to do it in the Premier League. Everybody likes to bang on that this is the most difficult league and stuff, and he went through that patch in the first season where they didn't think he'd be successful, and he came out in the press conference and said, if my version of football doesn't work, I'm off back home, basically. I'm off back to Spain. And it sure did work, didn't it? And he evolved and adapted. He created all these inverted wing backs and stuff, you know. The bloke is a genius, to be fair. Ena getting the love. Yes, Southie, me old mucker. Evening, Jack, you leg end. My bobblehead Farker turned up today, so well happy that he's a part of my house. Get up. Where did you get him from, Southie? I'd be up for a little bobblehead of Farker, to be fair. I don't know if I've got it out to commemorate. Is it commemorate? Would commemorate be the right? I need something to do with Bielsa up there, though, don't I? And Farker's definitely crossed over to deserve a little, like, say, a little bobblehead. Yeah, I don't have hope for Bielsa. Thought I might have a... Got Dirty Leeds, that, which was back from Wendy, also known as Bob. Yeah. I need to get a Bielsa, something to do with Bielsa, and I need to get something to do with Farker. And we can unveil it. Remember a year or 3 ago, and Joe said, can you smell what Daniel is cooking? And people scoffed. Can they now see what Daniel Farker and the medics are cooking? Believe. Well, it's not what they're cooking. It's a fucking hot broth, isn't it? War Piglet. It's a hot broth, brother. It's just in that fucking slow cooking jam where you just tasty, steak, falls to bits, stings the tongue, sizzles on the taste buds. Chelsea won 2-0 tonight. Leeds in the Carabao Cup next round. Will somebody tell me the date of that all boxed up? I'd do it on my internet, but it sometimes fucks the stream up a bit. We talked to Ena at start, MVG, about 3 hours ago, if my memory serves. In the building. MVG, I've heard a lot of chats have been hacked this week. You boys speak. I can't keep up with you boys sometimes. If I've had a long day, I ain't got a fucking clue what's going on. I miss the Golden Knights on Underlap. Google him, Jimmy the Chin, Bruce, and that Chinese Chin guys. Oh my God, I've still got the screenshots of that guy though. They were. Hallucinogenic. Hulk. I honestly, I don't know if it's the fact you've doubled it up, Roger Slicker, makes it even harder for me to work out, or you'll have to break that word down for me. Well, I'm probably not going to get another laptop anytime soon, to be fair, but I need to work out a way of streaming so that I can use, because if I start opening tabs, it fucks up. I think it's because my memory's running relatively low on laptop. All hail the Octocrab. Gates up, MVG. That's definitely the best one. Yes, Mingy boy, we don't piss about. The Doc Ock. Yes. The Doc Ock. The Octocrab. Gates up, JLUFC. Yes, Dathio Conhale. What's good, big man? Don't feel like I've seen you for a couple of weeks. Oh, seen your name. Hey up, Jack lad. Another striker will do me. Brendan doing bits on the left too. Greatest American player ever. Do you know, if actually that's a mental statement, Dathy, but with the trajectory he's genuinely on, because their best player is probably Clint Dempsey, isn't he? And, you know, I don't think it'd take that much for him to be. I mean, you probably argue Brad Friedel in there. I wonder if can I put answers in this thing? They were like a question and answer thing. Best ever American footballer. I don't know how that works. Can you boys interact with this? So that'd be pretty mint if you boys. Will somebody try and interact with that, boys? See what that actually does. I saw this at start today and I was like, what? Because I can do a question and answers in the in my shit vids. I know it started doing that, but I didn't know it'd done it live, but maybe it's not. Fuck it. But if somebody gets an answer in there. But yeah, they had like Clint Dempsey, Tim Howard, Brad Friedel. I mean, Weston McKennie, to be fair to him, he's had a pretty decent career, hasn't he? You know, playing at Juve for as long as he has and stuff. Tyler Adams, not enough, I wouldn't have said, to get near Clint Dempsey. But I actually think Aronson's improving at a rapid rate, and I don't care what anybody says. Well, I do care. I care what you all say, but the Octocrab, yes, Lukey boy. Trafford worth the patience and effort. Reckon he will save us 8 to 10 points on last season's keepers. I agree, Gomez gang, and that actually went up just in like a big softie. In the past 2 games, my percentages went up with Trafford. I just thought he's really going to help us like drastically. It's just like simple saves. Do you see? I mean, Chelsea. I think Chelsea have bought Martinez, haven't they? And I do think Martinez comes straight into their team because that Gadger, can't remember his fucking name off the top of my head. He's fucking shit. And he's legit shit. I mean, he nearly threw the game away against Newcastle for Chelsea the other day. And Martinez, I'm surprised really that I know they've brought that big doof in, that Suzuki fella, haven't they? I'm surprised they've got rid of Martinez. I know I'm probably in his, well, I mean, he'd be nearly 40, will he? I don't know how old he'd be. But they've gone instant with that. Sanchez he's called, isn't he? Because he gets rid of Sanchez. I think the coffee thing means YouTube doesn't skim off your super chats, pricks. Is that right, Reverend? I didn't know whether anybody could sort of set it up or whether you had to, whether it was sponsorship type thing. I don't ever look into all, but I will do that, to be fair, right, Reverend, right. Cheers, brother. I'll look into it. I'll buy the pint when I see the fat coffee, drink ale, get up, War Piglet. War Piglet knows what day it is. Southie boy, you mad head. Again, he's at it again. Appreciate you, Southie. Buy some beers for Sunday for the Spank Holiday Jack match done together. Appreciate you, Southie. unfortunately, it's it'll be going on the MOT, Southie, so not the marching on together. It'll be going on this fucking MOT that's had my absolute pants down. I knew it would. I knew it. I've been dreading it for a few months. Thank you, Southie. Everybody put fucking some love in for Southie. Proper good lad. Get up the Southie, me old mucker. Southie, Southie, Southie. I can do better than that, can't I, for a chant? Southie. That's the same chant, just worse. We need a Southie chant. Somebody slap me up with the South. Somebody put a Southie chant in ChatGPT for me. Don't give up on Longstaff. Last night's game didn't suit his game. Chelsea at Liverpool will suit. An assist, mate. It's all in the assist. No way to the lapses, AO. Chelsea are taking the piss with the price. It'd be like Leeds demanding 30 plus million for Peru. It wouldn't be like Leeds demanding 30 plus million for Peru, would it, in fairness, AO? Because Notts Forest didn't want Peru for the few million that we sold him for, so you know, you can demand them, you can demand money for players, but until somebody pays it for them, they're not worth it, are they? Which I know is kind of your point, but Forest did pay it, didn't they? So now, oh, you bastard! Now I'm left with a can of Corona because a lad called TG, who you might meet in, I might do a video with him at game on Sunday. So I think he's coming to game on Sunday. He came to away game the other day, and he's like, he's a Leeds fan, but he's not, you know, he's not, he don't get to games. He's not, I don't think he knows many players and stuff, but he would say, if you asked him, he'd say support Leeds. But I'm actually up for that. I don't know what everybody's view is on the, I've never really understood the 56% have said eyes up. So the eyes stay up. And now can't know how to get in. What constitutes a Leeds? What constitutes a Leeds player? A Leeds fan. I've spelt constitutes wrong, but go into every game, because that's my biggest pet peeve. Where people go, well, I go to games, or you don't. Well, I don't even go to games. Like, okay, watches every game. Cares about every game. I can only do 4. I could do loads for this, to be fair. Or just wants the club to do well. I can't got enough. There's not enough digits in. Wants the club to do well. I'll have to abbreviate this. Wants the club to do well and doesn't follow. I know that's bad wording, but I've used all my letters there, boys. But genuinely whack your answer in there, because I get a bit pissed off. So TG's a Leeds fan. Like, if Nikita Love asked him, like, Nikita Love, well, I mean, she would now say it, but I think she just says it just to appease me. But he says he's a Leeds fan. I asked him, he says, yeah, I'm a Leeds fan. Been to some games when he was young with his dad. His dad stopped going. He you know, also, I think it's sometimes your friendship circle. Like, if his mates aren't going to game, like, why would he go to game? Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, so what? And he don't play football, so he's not really bothered about it. I don't know. It just annoys me that, like, you know, the worst one is for me, it's like, well, I go to games. It's like, what? So you're a bigger Leeds fan then? What the hell does that mean? You don't have to. Some people have got a life. Luckily, I go to games, so I've also abused myself there by saying some people have got a life. But it's hard to get to every game. It's hard to, you know, going to a few games a season is difficult for people in general. For one, it costs a fortune. It absolutely rinses me. I do love these away days, but they rinse me. and I do like having a pint. So, that doesn't help. But I also don't, also if I'm going, I want, I sacrifice other things to go to games, which is what people do. But, like my brothers, for instance, they've got 2 and 3 kids. They can't they just cannot go to every game. They work a lot. They're on call or they're away working and stuff. It's like, but they care about the results. My mum doesn't go to games, and my mum's definitely a Leeds fan. She's listened and watched Leeds ever since we came out of womb. But I don't think she knows who we're playing on. I don't think she knows who we're playing on Sunday. But when I ring her, she'll go, "Oh, are Leeds playing this weekend, love?" And I'll go, "Yeah, playing Brentford." And she'll be like, "Oh, they're all right." And she keeps sort of like my mum actually knows a fair bit about footy, but she keeps on top of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but I would say that's a Leeds fan. I don't think you have to be like this obsessed. I actually find it rude, and I do find the videos quite funny sometimes, but they go outside clubs, don't they? And they'll ask people about the ball knowledge, and it's all these like Twitter knobheads going like, "Oh, his knowledge on football is absolutely whack." It's like, why would I give a shit who plays for Brentford though, really? It's like, everybody knows top players, and you can Google it the week before you're playing against the team, but why would I give a shit? I just, what I mean? I do to some extent. There's teams that I know significantly better than others because I take some sort of an interest in the club, like for whatever reason. I hated Man United. Man City signed Robinho. I thought Mark Hughes was an ex-Man United player. I wanted him to succeed. I quite liked Mancini. I liked Pep, so I have like a thing towards Man City. But now they've got Enzo Maresca and they've no De Bruyne, no Silvers, either any of the Silvers. I don't really care about Ireland. I know everybody else does, but it's fine. But I don't particularly give a shit. Rodri's gone. Even like crazy people like Otamendi, who I used to like, gone. Laporte, Clichy, Zabaleta, Aguero. All the Yaya Toure, Fernandinho. They went for years of signing all these players that I really liked. So I sort of took interest in that team a little bit more. It helped that we were shit at the time. But yeah, I don't think you have to be like obsessed with football in order to go watch a decent game of football. If you went down the road and watched some local shite, you're not bothered. You're just going to you're still going to watch footy, aren't you? You still like football. You tend to find these warlords as well are fucking, not warlords, it's the wrong word. The warlords is a compliment over here. They're all shit. They're all like, they've never played competitively. I remember when I first started the channel, and I got one of the because I didn't used to, when I first started the channel, it was obviously in lockdown, but I won't go into games, and I got loads of shit for it like initially, and I was like, well, and they were like, can you give me a reason why? So like I always try to do is just tell the truth. So I told the truth and said, well, when I was in my 20s, I prioritised playing. I think that's a fair enough. If I'm talking to a 22-year-old lad and he goes, "Oh, are you going to the game?" and he goes, "No," and I go, "Well, what are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I'm playing on Saturday. I really want to play, whatever level." Like, that's a good enough excuse for me. Not that it needs an excuse. What I would say, the only flip side of that is, I also get a lot of shit off people about my thoughts about the game, and it's like then you work out that they hadn't even watched the game. You go, well, in fairness, if we're gonna do a breakdown of an individual game, any individual game, if you haven't watched the game, I'm reluctant to take criticism off you when you haven't even watched the game. If you just say, "Oh, I didn't watch it, man. What were it like?" Yeah, "Oh, buzzing. I'm buzzing. We won." You're a Leeds fan. Shit, we lost. I heard Longstaff was shit other night. Be like, well, he were a bit, but he got an assist. It's like, all right, okay. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind having a conversation with somebody that hadn't watched it. But when I'm getting shit for my views on something that I sat for fucking 2 hours and watched, that's slightly different. But yeah, do genuinely get stuck into that poll, boys. I'm interested to know. I thought it was, but do you know what, MVG? With it being so like on my thing, the tiny, so I could see the. Get in, MVG. That's mint. I'll show Nikita, love. It'll be bigger on my actual YouTube apps. I'll be able to see it better. I knew it was. I thought it was. Legendary MVG. Guys, look at the highlights on Harder. He can put the ball away. Is that in reference to UNDERLAP? I can't remember what I was yanging on about St. Helens Whites, but what's good, big man? Dr. Farker has told Niners right now. Brenda is back up for 9. Get some dollar spent. Brendy's back up for number 9. I won't be up for that, to be fair, War Pigs. Jack, you never made that quick ship vid about egos and shirt numbers. For record, I'll take 100k per week and wear 69. I don't remember that video that I promised. You'll have to explain it to me, Roger Slicker. It's official. The people have spoken, Brett. The Octocrab. Gates up, the Octocrab. Eyes down, looking. 6 and 9, 69. Bingo! Gates up. My bobblehead Farker turned up today that I supported for Leeds Foundation. He's number 20 and I'm well happy he's chilling on my shelf. Love it, Southie. Love it! Appreciate you, Southie, me old mush. Tasty. I was going to donate mine to Jack's shelf, but no idea how to get it to him. He's a slippery devil. You are. Good to see Voldemort back. Now he's finally recovered from his run in with Andy on the underlap. What? What, with Voldemort on the underlap, worry? Absolutely, Southie. There's some boyos round here and you know it, mate. Glad you asked, Jack. I handed it in behind the bar. Luckily, people in the hotel were honest. 1 hour later, I noticed my money wasn't in my pocket. So I went cap in hand and said to the barman it was my money. The thing is that when you say cap in hand, you should have put the cap on and pretended you were, somebody else saying that it's my money. That's mental. You do that gives you a bit of faith in humanity though, doesn't it, to be fair, Roger Slicker? That you're desperately trying to throw 300 quid away and nobody will take it off you. Cats are not evil. They are more man's best friend than dogs as they have a job. Get rid of vermin, rats, mice, people, flies, spiders. They just don't exist in the house anymore, Gomez gang. I'd just leave the door open all day and all flies are coming in and my mum would be like, I can hear her in the back of my head. And if she came round, she'd be like, doors over, the flies are getting in. I'm like, yeah, well, Lola and Bambi fucking love them. And it means I don't have to play with them because they just let a few flies in and they just go absolutely mental. The only issue is when I open the door in here where they're not allowed. And then if there's a fly in here, I'm like, no, I'm going to have to fucking bring Lola in here. Nikita's name, the pronunciation of it or the spelling of her name changes every time you write it, Ming. There's no demon cats, mate. That's a demon cat in background there. Yes, Chris Howarth, what's good, big man? Appreciate you, man. No, what's happening, mate? We're just chillaxing. Not much, man. Just chilling. Having a bird. What's that? What's that? What's that? Just chilling. Having a bird. What's that? What's that? What's that? People who do not have your best intentions at heart. I'm a bit lost because I went on a bit of a rant earlier, I believe. So I don't know whether we're on about people or cats or demon cats or evil cats. I mean, evil cats would be demons, just like evil people are, I'd argue, closer to Satan than God. I assume you didn't watch films. You'd might find time to take in world news. No. Nobody believes me. I definitely don't watch the BBC, and that's not just because I don't pay my what do you call it, my TV license. Because I don't have a TV plugged into the wall. Let's put it that way. Well, it's plugged into the wall before anybody fucking starts on me. It has electricity running to it, but it's definitely not plugged into an aerial. There is an aerial socket. There's an aerial socket in here. Went to all lengths to get a TV up in this bitch, but just don't want to find one. I just complete YouTube, Roger Slicker, but I do sort of know the news through independent... Oh, well, I don't know if they're independent anymore, the big podcasts and stuff, but to be honest, if I'm working a lot, I stay away from it a bit. It's just, I can't do all about it. Jack, I contributed to the Leeds Foundation and I got 1 of 100 made. Loving it and worth the cause. No way, man. That's mint, Southie. Sensational. So was it only 100 of... Or did you win that? Or was the only 100 went in for it? That's mint though, Southie. You'll have to send us a... I don't know if you've got us on Twitter or Instagram or all, but you'll have to send us a photo of it. I love them bobblehead things, to be fair. The mint. I hate cats. A cat would eat you if you die, but a dog would starve itself to death and not eat its own if you died. Fun fact. That is fun indeed, but it's also not true. A dog would eat you. We've actually done this before, and a dog would eat you. I think there's one dog that wouldn't. To be fair, Bambi bites me to make sure I'm not dead every night. So a cat will chew your face off on day 3 of death. Yeah, I don't really mind it though. You know, when I got a cat, I didn't want a cat, and Nikita wanted the cats. I didn't want them at all. And I'm happy they're here now. It's fine. You're here now. Welcome. Yeah, that seems worse until you actually have one, and you just think, he's not eating you, is it? He doesn't want to eat you. He's trying to wake you up. That's how they, it's just an animal, isn't it? I didn't think they were loving whatsoever, but they are. It's, they're not, they're actually pretty funny, and they've got they're pretty ballsy and that. I do prefer them to dogs, and I know everybody'd say dogs on here, I've no doubt, but my brothers have had dogs. My brothers had dogs, and I was going to make a joke then, but I won't, for fear of him watching it back. True fact, you play with feathers, you get your ass tickled. You know from experience, the Messiah. You won't be allowed to have a run-in with Voldemort, will you, Roger Slick? He'd be well banned. Not much does. I've no intention of dying with a cat in my house to find out. I mean, I hope I don't die, number one, and I hope if I do die, somebody finds me before the 3rd day, and I hope if I do die, the cat doesn't eat my face. And that sort of rhymes. I feel like I've just wrote a bit of a chorus there. But it's a bit too much like I do da do da do be do da do da do be do da do da, which doesn't have the same sort of flick to it, does it? But yeah, if he wants to eat me, then as long as he's not hungry. Retract it, pull it back in. Leeds. To catch Cheatskate, the touts fave behind Gooners, cold as the Firebeast continues to break LUFC records. I'm gutted we've got Chelsea though, truth be told, 'cause I do think that's an awful fixture, but it's maybe the right time to get them. But he'll be wanting to win stuff, won't he, that Dick Slap Alonso, Joe's new best mate. So, we don't... It's just shit. You just want to coast through into latter stages, really, don't you? But we might get away with it. They might not field a full team, and I know we won't either. And I don't mean it like that, because obviously we drew them at home, we slapped them up at our place, and it's not me being inferior. It's just a big game. It's a big game you'd take, wouldn't you, if you was in the Championship? But because we're in the Prem, it's like, well, we're playing them twice already. We did well against them last year. They obviously beat us in semis. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I just think it's just like, oh, bollocks. But so I truly do believe we can win a cup. I really do. I think it's well within his grasp. I thought Brad Friedel, Tim Howard and all Landon Donovan are American best ever soccer players. I thought they all unanimously thought Clint Dempsey was, to be fair. Landon Donovan, I thought he were in fucking Home and Away. I do, Brett, to be honest. I'm hoping that makes sense. Something wrong my end. Got first 2 ads ever. Oh, Mingy boy. Bringing in that P on them ads, aren't we? Can you imagine, you know, whoever pays YouTubes for adverts, can you imagine if this is the adverts that get drawn in? I don't even know why they bother, because I get about 8 pence of fucking for a 2-hour stream. It's like from revenue. But I think they do it on, I think they just pump the ads out and you've got to like click on them. I mean, I might be wrong. AO normally knows, and AO's normally good at shit like that. He might know, but I don't know why there's any ads on here, because you don't get fuck all. But then random videos will get like a tenner, and then every other video gets like a pence. So I don't get it. John Harks, not certain of who that is, to be fair, Gomez gang. Sheffield Wednesday's in the 90s. Pulisic, not a bad shout. Right, Reverend, right. I do think Clint Dempsey probably had a better career than Pulisic, though. But Pulisic, he's got loads of quality. I thought he was brilliant in World Cup in first game, and then turned to shit, didn't he? Can I call you Krabby? The Octo. I like the Octo. I actually think the Octo is quite good. Creme de la creme. It's less fishy. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, we don't want. Yeah. I quite like the Octo. I'm perplexed with the Voldemort underlap debate. For the record, Voldemort blocked me after 3 weeks. No. AO seems to reckon that Joe's Voldemort, but it's just not true. You are. I'm now lost again, though, to be fair. Andy, I'm missing about. Voldemort never hold it against you for making Joe lose his mind. Yeah, it's because AO says that Joe's Voldemort and he isn't. Carabao Cup split between week beginning 7th and 14th to fit around English teams. Yes, I won't be able to go. Thank you all, boxed up. Yeah, I'm away that week. I'll watch it in Brid. Which, to be fair, it'll do me a favour, that. Big Steve won't be happy, though, I don't think. Here's a poll. Will James Trafford master levitation by mid-season? I'm up for it, right, Reverend. Let's have it. I forgot about my poll that I was actually interested in. What constitutes a Leeds fan? Going to every game, 0%. You fucking legends. Watching every game, 23%. I think there's a decent shout for that. But that is the third in the poll. Cares about every game is 50%. Now, should have maybe cares about every game is a little bit similar to the club to do well, to be fair. So I maybe could have phrased that a bit better. So that's maybe conscrewed into... So that's number 1, cares about every game, which I think's right, by the way. 27%, the club to do well and doesn't follow. But I think them two sort of intertwine a little bit. So it's gone... RPM must have been rigging this poll again because it's gone my way. But going to every game is the stupidest thing. It's so stupid. There's just so many like proper Leeds fans that I know. And like there's so many reasons why you can't go to the game. It's crazy. And also like when does that stop? So say I've gone to games and I haven't missed a game now for home and away. I can't remember the last game I missed. It'll be Chelsea, first game I missed in Cup for about a year now, which I know is not a lot, but like Steve's been going to every home and away game for 20 odd years, and it's legendary, is that? But he won't say to my brother that he's not a Leeds fan just because Steve goes to every game. It's like it's not fair. It's not fair. I can't go to every game. Like people can't go to games. It's not. There's so many reasons why you can't go to the game. There's also so many reasons why you can't watch every game, in fairness. Oh, there's something on this fucking TG contaminates everything. It's got fucking black bits all over it. I'm rubbing it all over my legs. Fucking bastard. Yeah, I forgot what was the real poll that we needed there. Yes. Will Trafford master levitation. By mid-season. I like the maybe by end of season. I like the stipulation as well. The right Reverend Wright. Like, to be fair, you know, he's unbelievable. He's great. He's going to be great for us. But even levitation for Trafford is by mid season. We'll give him it by mid season, but it won't be before. I'm surprised he got 3 weeks and all, Brett. I forgot about him building bridges. Ming and Andy have made up as well, haven't they? Which is nice to see. Because I like Andy's madness. I think he brings the heat. Chelsea having people's pants down. Sounds horny. For those on the rotisserie or tuning in later, yes, War Piglet, love the rotisserie. Smash a like and hype. The BMG 11 list, busy boyo, must be, to be fair. Yes, indeed. We've got 50 watching, got 70 likes, but we know, don't we, War Piglet, that we're on that rotisserie. We are on that rotisserie. Selfie, give us a wave. Selfie. Why did I put so much emphasis in? I should have read ahead. Selfie. Oh no, it does go like that. It won't be selfie. It's selfie. No, is it? No, it's selfie. Give us a wave. Selfie. Give us a wave. I knew there was something not quite right with the delivery there, selfie. But it would be, surely, wouldn't it? It'd be selfie. Give us a wave. Selfie. Give us a wave. Marching all together. Get up, selfie. Give us a wave. Selfie, give us a wave. Joe blocked me then, unblocked me. I'm now blocked again, but still had a civil interaction with Joe on Jack's channel. I may ask Jack to release me again. What, when Joe came on like years ago? A couple of years ago? I'm surprised, to be fair, but, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? Southie, give us a wave. Southie, give us a wave. Southie, give us a wave. Can't believe I didn't whack that in there, AO. That is 100% true. That is it. And just go, you go like, oh yeah, well I went to, no, I don't care. What do you think about Man United? And go, oh, I hate Man United. Go, you'll do for me, mate. Come sit down with us, boyos. Because anybody that goes, well, you know, it's like, they're all right. I mean, to be fair, both my managers at work are both Man U fans, so I'm a bit more civil about it. But in reality, I want to go, oh, I fucking hate them, man. Like, I hate them. They got slapped up to Hull, didn't they? So all Man City fans are Leeds fans, AO. Yeah, you make a good point, MVG. He's a Leeds fan, but unlike you, Jack, he remembers games in detail. Selfie, give us a wave. That's quite a good way of looking at it, to be fair. We've taken over the fucking globe, mate. Anybody that hates Man U's a Leeds fan. Yes, Luke. Yes, indeed. I used to go with Mr. and Mrs. Batty, Alan and Mary. Is that in reference to David Batty or Alan and Mary Batty? Miss Batty. Have I told you about my mum knowing Batty's mum? Batty's wife. And never knew it was Batty. And we had a cardboard cut out of David Batty in our house. Like a life-size cardboard cut out of David Batty. Which my granddad was right daft. It was so funny. But he wasn't actually joking, to be fair. And he truly wasn't joking. We had this cardboard cut out and there were like a few of us up playing, like kicking ball about in kitchen and in hallway, just like booting it about. And we were like playing this game and my granddad was so mint. He goes, and he was like saying hello to us all, and then he saw the cardboard cut out, but sort of in court, and he said hello to the cardboard cut out. And like, hello, love, like you as well, like everybody's involved. And my mum never gave him an inch, to be fair. It's so funny. She's like, it's a cardboard cut out, Dad. Come on. Like, oh, didn't realise. It was so funny, my granddad. But yeah, my mum knew Batty's wife. Only extremely loosely. I'd have to ask her if it were through school or something, but she knew Batty's wife. She just in the supermarket and stuff, and they'd like chat, and she were right lovely and that. And then Batty once turned up, stood next to her, and my mum were like, I've got a cat. What the fuck is he doing here? Like, and then she found out it was her husband, and she was like, well, I've got a cardboard cutout of your husband in my house. It's a proper funny story that I think it's mental. Just in Batty coming up going, oh, you all right? And my mum being like, why, do you know who he is? Because I've got a cardboard cutout of him. Well, he's like, well, yeah, he lives in my house. You've got a cardboard cutout of him in yours that your granddad's having conversations with. We already do, MVG. We're extending. Okafor has a German channel on YouTube if you don't mind subtitles. Does he? Why German? I'm a bit lost I get lost around these times. A lot of people work Saturdays, which cancels out a season ticket. Then the result is on luck and on a ballot to get a ticket. And can your finances justify it? Absolutely, Gomez gang. 100%. 100%. And living close by, I live 10 minutes away from Mellon Road, so it's the home games. Sometimes I set off 10 minutes before, I'll get a taxi. There's no point me getting, or sometimes obviously I drive. There's no point me getting there, trying to get there early, and I go on my own a lot, which when I was 24, I wouldn't have wanted to do. So, but I go on my own and I'm all right. I want to go watch while I can. Do you know what I mean? I won't go forever. Joe might want his ticket back and all sorts might happen. And I probably won't. I just might not be able to justify it forever. But while I can, I'm doing it. My life will change when cats eating my face. I've not been to a Leeds game for 20 years. Never get a chance to go. But being in a pub with the fans when a home game makes it still worth it. Absolutely, Southie. I honestly think, genuinely, when I go to some, and this is rude, because people had chomp your hand off to go to games. It's actually, when you do offer, when people say, oh, give us a ticket, and then you offer somebody a ticket and they don't take it half at the time. Which, again, that's fine, but I just mean, there's a lot of talk about needing to get to games. Some games that I'm knackered. If Sunday games, if I've been working all weekend, I'm just like, well, working all week and weekend. And I just think, oh, fuck me. It's like, this is exhausting, really. And I'll be 45 minutes in, stood up in cop, just thinking, I need to sit down for a minute. I'm tired, do you know what I mean? And I just think, I just love to be fucking boozing out with my mates, just having a couple of pints, just watching footy. So, you do get best of both worlds, really. It's a shame it's just not like it used to be, but obviously it can't be. But where, Ming spoke of the days where you just turn up at turnstiles and you just get in. Like that's a mint thing, innit? And that's obviously gone now, and people will be queuing up to get in. And it's like, you know, but I understand why that's gone, but if you support Welsh teams, you're a Leeds fan, gates up. The DOS, the DDoS. If someone is zapping your lone testicle with a car battery and asks you if you support Leeds, as long yes! Yes! Leeds is Welsh, get up. Wales is Leeds. Absolutely, AO. Absolutely. Yes, BMG, what's good, big man? We've been missing you, brother. The Octocrab knows. BMG getting the love. What's annoying, I knew Leeds fans from school, but they became Man U fans. Turncoats. That is annoying. That's what I'm saying, Roger Slick. Unforgivable. BMG in the building. Yeah, exactly, Brett, yeah. He's normally on his way out. Normally bailing out now. I need a piss, boys, and you know it. In the wings, BMG. We appreciate you, brother. People always confuse me and Ming for some reason. Sick of it. I'm sure I couldn't even. I mean, surely. Right, I've got it. Pity not time for an 11 tonight. I can't imagine it. 2 hours 15. I've made up for that extra for the hour that we lost last week or whatever it was. Didn't watch Match of the Day last season. Quite happy with all the great Leeds United content on interweb. We just beat what's in front of us side before self every time. And you know it. I don't watch Match of the Day either anymore, War Piglet. I also think the pundits are a bit shit on there. So, although I don't actually mind ruining it, grand scheme of things, for no reason at all. But I don't watch Match of the Day. I just watch it on YouTube. It's mint. Some people call themselves fans that perhaps go every week but are so negative as fuck. The Far Cry Brigade, I think it's poor support, games or not. Yes, Leeds, man. This is also a very good point, brother. That's kind of what I'm saying about that. Well, I go every week, so I want, and it's like, all right, well, yeah, but you're a spoilt brat, and you think because you go, you can just piss and moan. I mean, Stevie boy, Steve's a legend, like as I bang on about him, but he's turned around to people in crowd at away games when we've been getting battered. Obviously, before I started turning up, so we don't lose when I go. I joke, but I also don't really joke about that because that's kind of true. And he just said, do you want to fuck off and go support somebody else? And he said it kicked off a bit. It'll have been a bit in his younger days, to be fair, but like, do you want to fuck off and support somebody else? It's like we can all... The thing about moaning, it's weird to me, moaning. So, you know, you get called an happy clapper, don't you? But, oh, well, I do. But the moaning is surreal to me because we can all see what we're watching. We can all see it's shit. So I don't know why you need to fucking be like this. It's just like, I can see it, mate. I don't need your reinforcement. This is doing my fucking head in as well with shit. While you're totally shit, you can sort of sympathise with it a bit. But when you're good, like we have been for, well, every year under Farker, it's like, can you not control yourself even a bit and just be like, yeah, are we shit though? How shit are we? Because yes, we've been shit today, but we haven't been beat all fucking season. Like when they did it with Southampton with that fucking douchebag, oh, he's got Farker's number. It's like, fuck off. You want Farker to switch his whole game plan up just because the fucking Southampton are in town? It's like, you just got to do better. It's like, if you win 98% of the time, which is basically what Farker did in Championship, it was mental. We did not lose football games. And then you wanted to send Southampton and shit his pants. And it didn't work out against Southampton. Fine, well, where the fuck are they now? And where's Dr. Farker and the medics? Abrash! No, it's shit Messiah, innit? I used to love it as a kid, like, but 2-11s will be absolute mindfuck, BMG. You've been missed, MVG. Are you kidding? Yellow card for being late. Brett takes no mercy. Yellow taken, received. I'm surprised to say BMG hands out so many yellows. I'm surprised he's taking it so well. Dathy started out with schoolmates in mid-70s listening to Wireless in Wilclow Hills in Ireland. Seen Leeds live 6 times in my life. Fan is a fan, whether you're here 10 minutes or 10 generations. All Leeds, aren't we? Dathy, sorry. You fucking ledge. Bosh. Been to 2 games in the last 11 years, Steve Morrison. And that'll do me, sir. All Leeds out, we're marching on together, Luke. Side note, Jack, I'd like to send a shout out to Andy's Man Club. Guys, if you're struggling, get help. Much love. Yes, indeed, Southie. Yes, there is help out there now for people struggling. But, you know, if you're struggling and you just, you know, want to get stuck into UNDERLAP, you can air it all out on here. We'll have it. Appreciate you, Southie boy. Not that I'm saying you're struggling, but yeah, Andy's Man Club exists. The bobblehead, Jack. The Farker bobblehead. Donate your shelf, but you're not the easiest to track down. Well, me and Joe though, Roger Slick. He's not been live on mine. He was live in. He put a video out on from here. Well, I know you've been horrible about the cats there, Brett, suggesting that you're kicking them, but they're actually... I'd rather play football with a cat than I would a dog. A dog will only chase the ball. A cat goes in net. And then that... I mean, I'll try and do my best to show some proof of that. But the cats go in goal. They're happy to save the ball. They don't want to chase the ball. They want to stop the ball. It's... You know, and I know you're pretending that you're just kicking cats, which is fine, but that's why you never got an invite to my house. Can someone summarise the last hour for me, please? Basically, just been talking shit. That's animal abuse, Crabby, and we won't have it. You crabby bastard. It's classed as slaught in Turkey. Or sport, yeah. We have spoke about cats quite a bit. Conrad Hard, a possible signing, looks mint. Yeah, I've seen that today. Yeah, no, yesterday. I don't know where I'm at now in my days. I do think we'll bring a couple in, Ellen's White. Nice to see you know who I'm talking to when I say Crabby though, Brett. You know it, the Octo. Any alias keeps the MI5 away. I know, just don't make too many bank accounts. That's all. That'd be my suggestion. From not having any nicknames, you now got loads. The Messiah, the Octocrab, Crabby, Brett. Well, Brett's his name, innit? But yeah, we're there for it. We're here for it. Some twerps in Castleford were caught playing football with a baby head jog. Headers and volleys, that always reminds me of... Ali G. That's a mint clip where he's like going, well, what if some kids are playing with an head jog football and he's like, I think that's disgusting. Like, yeah, you know, you don't want to be too abusive, but headers and volleys, and it is funny. BBC is tripe. Bios used to go to their site for sports and old habits die hard. Does anyone know a better site for general sports? Well, I mean, Sky Sports, the reason why Sky Sports is whack is because they only really follow the sports that they hold. So it's like, if you're looking for boxing information, even the night of a fight, if they're not showing it, they just don't report on it. It's fucking mental. It's like, I understand now, reading the name, it says Sky Sports, but I thought it just meant sports. The Sky Sports news channel. But it doesn't. It means Sky's Sports, which is whack. To summarise, the UNDERLAP. So far, we've been our usual Bell End Sells BMG. You haven't missed much. Thank you very much, guys. Jack, I don't blame you, Southie. I'm only on Instagram and Twitter, to be fair, which I know is still social media, but Facebook's long gone. I'm going to have to go for a piss, boys. So you know what that means. It means take caps lock off. And I'm literally absolutely fucking busting. I didn't know I was, but I am. So I'll fucking BRB. Leave you with this, boys. One at a time, only gotta get a gun on my mind. Hitting my grind, city sublime. I'm trying to find the rest of my mind. It's been defined as being benign, but I ain't got time, it's hard to find. I'm sitting in line, I'm hitting my chime, I'm on the decline, I'm up for the climb. I'm rapping for rappers that never get mine, rapping for rappers that never get wise, rapping for rappers that nothing but lie, rapping for rappers that snap on the spies, rapping for rappers that clap on the mice, rapping for rappers that rap at the skies, clapping for rappers to pass the time, chopping at rappers that never get wide. I'm hacking at rappers, I'm snapping the spine, rapping at rappers, I'm mapping the mind, slapping the slappers that follow behind. I've gathered them others, I've mastered the mind. I'm one of them kind of finds, a mighty fine kind of guy. I'm fine as wine, I've got too much fucking time, but before I'm up I'll shine. I'm about to find, I'm out to dine, a fight with Pennywise, and I quick apologise if it's easy, write my lines. It's just a line, but it's my time. Hit my main high, yo, I'd like to die before I'm circumcised. Nothing but living in fear, kicking a coffin but never to cheer, giving them something that's ever so rare, sniffing a pussy they're putting in here. We're living a pussy, they're cutting it clear, living for nothing but finding a beer, thinking of stopping but never been near, drinking be propping up why I'm here, sticking and swapping, I'll never be dropping. I'm having a coffee, I'll never be coughing, I'm ticking, I'm talking, I'm wide awake, hitting a profit, you're taking a bit, getting a profit, let's make a break, getting a brothel, let's make a tip, create the story, make a day, get to glory, then we'll play. Yes! Back in the building, boys. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. I had to fight 100 badgers for my bobblehead, and you know it, MVG. You and Just Joe are lucky I'm involved in the world of madness in the big world. Gates up, Southie. Appreciate you, brother. It was Shawley missed. Well, Shawley, yeah, that is the Sawley, no, not Shawley missed. Sawley missed. You've Sawley missed, BMG, and you know it, mate. And you know it. Who won Diamond League 800 metres for women tonight? I sacrificed for the race for Jack's underlap. That's commitment. Well, Roger Slicker, you're not always here, so can you be trusted in the world of commitment? Watch a lot on history, and cats have been held in high esteem for 10,000 years. Many ancient Egyptians had cats buried with them. They certainly did, Gomez gang. There were because that's where I don't really understand why. Because there's the demon side of a cat, isn't there? But in the Omen, don't they have like weird dogs and shit as well? So isn't it just all that stays near humans that are trying to fucking scare people? Cats just don't give a fuck, but not in like a way that they don't give a fuck about you. I don't really think a dog gives a shit about. I don't think they do. I don't think Alt really, just gets fed and wants to be warm and looked after a bit. It's, I think they'll be all right if you let anything go, really, or give it to another household. It'll be all right again. Chelsea getting Martinez, which is a shame because Sanchez is pony and could have ruined their season. I agree with that, BMG, because he's a liability. Well, I was just getting hungry. I don't know if my brain could cope with two though. I'd be I think I'd fall off the back of my chair. I'd be like, through the heat wave, sleeping on top of bed, woke up dog licking my balls. The wife sleeps in spare room now. St. Helens Whites. They know they've got some serious tongue action. Falacio, we spoke about before. What about that? This bloke kept persistently asking me in pub if I'd ever seen the film The Commitments. I said, no, I fucking haven't. Right, it's good stuff, Roger Slicker. Again, God knows where it's come from, but I don't know what. Oh, I don't know, actually, to be fair, the ask a question thing. No, it's not worked. Has it worked? Live chat, top chat, questions. It has worked, but all it says is War Piglet A, Jack, and Peter White pulsing. Which I presume Peter White means Pulisic, but maybe by end of season he's going to have Trafford, what is it? Levitating. 62% say it's a no-brainer and 10% say no chance. Who's the no chances up in this bitch? How rude! Don't be stingy and pay premium, 0 adverts. I don't pay for it though, Messiah. Is Jack joining us tonight or what, Mig? He's still in pub. There were no pub action tonight, to be fair. American footballer played in midfield. My man, AO, appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much, dude. What's £200, you know? Well, you get more than that, wouldn't you? You get more than that, Octo, wouldn't you? You get more than 4 ovals. I tried to block Voldemort innumerable times, but notifications keeps interrupting, and sometimes I give the sucker a minute of my time before giving up and reporting him for spamming. Yes, Martin J. Cook, you're doing God's work, brother. He comes up on my Twitter relentlessly, and I've never blocked anybody ever, so I don't want to block him. But I don't even interact with the fucker, and it's all over me constantly. It does my head in. I only see them clips, and it's like, oh, this guy is a wank shaft. I can't believe it's only second week at the season, and our game is not on a Saturday already. I know it's begun, mate. What about Sunderland, Brett? For record, Voldemort is the ginger dude with an haircut like Bogeyman from horror movies, Mike Myers. It's a dud poll. You're not wrong, AO. Great minds think alike. You got 2 accounts, old boy? You on the fucking move? No messing about. Leeds record attendance at Ellen Road, 57,000 against Brett's Octo lot. We can smash that if ground were big enough. 100k in Prem. Wonder if anybody thought of 3D virtual reality live matches yet. It'll all be a fucking simulation, won't it, in the next couple of years, Wall Piglet? But I do think we can go for it. I mean, 100k, you know, we probably won't fill that out again. Because I think there's a lot of people on waiting list that are, you know, show ponies. And when it actually comes to putting down fucking 750 quid, it's like, it's hard. It's just hardcore amount of money to put down that. His mum, his dad, it's every fucking lad. His mum, his dad. His mum, his dad. You can't handle the truth. Nor a batty. Big batty girl. Big batty girl. Not much sense. I was in a bar in Bolton. Think 5 of us. About 20 home fans come over. We are a tad worried. Here comes a leathering. They say, it's all right, lads. All scumhaters welcome here. Got ruined. Get up. Get up. Yeah, Jack Joe. Came on your live underlap around the time of his sabbatical. But people can't handle bants and sarcasm. I may not be the best orator, but I try my best. No, it was fucking well before his sabbatical, that. Roger Slicker. I ain't done them lives for donks, man. I used to do I hate calling it an interview, but whatever it is, a conversation, and then I'd go on to Underlap after. But that was a long time ago, man. Well, Joe's had 7 months off. So that's gotta be, it was one of the first ones I did. That's gotta be well over a year ago, that. Well over a year ago. I reckon that's close to 2 years. Amanda Oland's hit 50, ain't she? I've lost track here. I'm getting a bit loose. After showing my ex the door years ago, that rhymes. She never took her cats, left me with 3 pussies. Get up, War Piglet. You got on the bright side of life, mate. I don't know, to be fair, MVG, if you can't find them funny, no fucker will. Never had a job guaranteed Saturday off, or I'd be a multi-year season ticket holder. Don't have a job, can't afford a ticket. It's a cruel world. Got Leeds tattoo. Don't plug me in. War Piglet, you're a Leeds fan, mate. There's that. I mean, I've met you. There's fucking no doubt about it. You're a Leeds fan. I was lucky to receive free tickets every week during Leeds' golden years, early mid-90s, mid-2000s. See, Roger Slick? Pass it on. Are we getting the piss song, or is Jack going to wrap it up for another week? Stay tuned. The piss song arose, mate. It arose. We are on the wrap-up now, though, boys, to be fair. I'm sure there's been transfer talk. What's the general feeling about how many more signings we'll make? I think the consensus that we did 1, 2, 3, and 4 signings. I think most people thought 20. Most people thought 20. I think most people thought 2. And then a few thought 4 plus, which is fucking nuts to me, but... Farker will go on to have a better career than O'Leary did. Yeah, yeah. I'm not worried about his 10 vibe thing at all, attacking midfielder. I genuinely think Tanaka, Wilson, Aronson is enough. I think we could do with a bit of spice on wing, just because I think it's fucking good stuff. All corporate bullshit pundits who are now rent a mob, who end up doing the rounds, presenting the same guff on independent channels every fucking way. Yeah, they take it all up, don't they? All boxed up. It's as mint as it sort of is initially. It ends up being like money has this thing done it to murder stuff. So it's just like, you know, and people then follow the money, don't they? So, and I mean that even with content creators that are normal people. They'll just say stuff because it's fucking mint for views and stuff. And I just think, and I'm up for it. Whatever, do whatever you want, but. I don't know how you can like bitch yourself out like that. It's like, the thing is about bitching yourself out. I know you get like short-term gratification, making a bit of money out of your views or whatever, but you know you're a bitch. And I think when anybody decent that meets you goes, "You're a bitch, you. You're a bitch." Do you know what I mean? It's yeah. The lad who went to the first Leeds match in 1982 became a Bradford fan. Do you turn all fucking Leeds fans into different fans, Roger Slicker? That's not like you, Mingy boy. Get your balls off my Crocs, mate, and you know it. Keep them Crocs out of here. Not seen much from RPM here. Where's he at? He's an easy rider. War Piglet, I'm hoping. We're in studio in the next couple of weeks, so... Hold tight on me. Hold tight. Striker, I don't think we'll get a striker in. Should get a left winger, but Okafor, Nonto and James are okay options. I agree, Steve Morrison. I think if the window closed now, I think we've had a decent window. If I had to pick, I'd get some sauce on wing. If I had to pick out of them three, I think we can get away with it at left back. I do think you have to ride your luck a little bit with injuries just in general. I think any team does at any level. Man City, when they lost Rodri, there's a huge drop-off, wasn't there? When they lost Kevin De Bruyne, a huge drop-off. When Cole Palmer won't fire in for Chelsea, huge drop-off. Man, you just shit. It's MVG. You know it. Big Brian Johnson. No messing. It just depends who's about. I don't want to sign out for the sake of it. The Legion. I am Legion. A good group, then. Yes. You do lose a bit when he's down on left, but he's good as James Justin. But, you know, if he's covering every position, you're adding on the cover for positions that might already need the cover. Do you know what I mean? If the right back goes out injured and the right centre back goes out injured and the left back goes out injured, and you go, we've got James Justin. It's like, yeah, we can't play in all three. Yeah, we would. Yes, BMG. That's where I'm at. It is MVG, I think. Who knows though with Brett? To be fair, who knows with the Octo? Welsh sticks. He might have made it up, MVG. Yeah, what were he called? War Piglet. I think that got a bit overblown. I mean, it's outrageous kicking cat, but there's only a cat in it. I can't remember what the cat kicker were called. It's a mint sentence. Cat's the fan. I do remember that now. Yes, Roger Slick. I'll make some. To be honest, I only make promises just to let you down. Is my feed cutting out here? Don't fucking start me. I've only Googled one thing. Zoomer, that's it. Yeah, it was BMG. Yeah, it was. Have you been? I've been to Cass a few times for rugby games, to be fair. I think Okafor will outperform Harry Wilson this year. That's my controversial comment of the day. Yes, would you guys take Leet on a free? I don't really think we need another centre-back unless he's left-footed and can play left-back too. The left-back stuff I'm up for, BMG, but this left-central defender fucking does my head in. Stack's right-footed. Ampadu's right-footed. Longstaff's right-footed. Tanaka's right-footed. Gruev's left-footed. That is 5 central midfielders. The last one on the list is Gruev. And he's the only one that's left-footed. The only place on the pitch it would matter whether or not you were left or right-footed would be central midfield and up top. But for some reason, people get the biggest hard-on for there being a right-footed left centre-back. Woodgate right-footed. Ferdinand right-footed. Radaby right-footed. It's a brand new phenomenon, this. It's mental to me. Vidic right-footed. Ferdinand right-footed. John Terry right-footed. Carvalho right-footed. Think of some more decent partnerships. Cahill right-footed. John Terry right-footed. Who did Tony Adams play with? That big bold guy. I don't know whether bold were right-footed or not, but I've no doubt he was. Every fucker is. But for some reason now, you have to be left. If you're playing to the left of two, you have to be left-footed. It's mental. Yeah, it's it was well about 2 years ago that though, Roger Slick. I'm releasing stuff. I'm putting content out, MVG. I'm just not telling anybody about it because I'm under the same illusion that I never told anybody about this channel and I met all you boys. So I've not released any. I will let you know when I release music, but I am releasing content. It's doing all right, to be fair. It's getting like steady numbers on Instagram and TikTok or whatever. I don't want TikTok, but I found out you can download it and you don't actually have to go on the app to upload. You can just like put like a scheduled post. I just do it like that, so I just do it like a week in advance. So yeah, but once I get a little bit of a following, I'll release some stuff. Yeah, I mean, I had a second brand at the time, but well, that's the question on everybody's lips, isn't it, Messiah? I'm glad you're listening, though. Oh, nice, BMG. I thought you'd have wanted to sit through it, but Ming just don't like me. Cheers, Lukey boy. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Mingy. If we miss out on a position, then I think we sign Latte on a free after the window to bring squad size up to 25. It probably is, to be fair, AO. How many have you banned? That's a top question, that, to be fair. How many have you banned, AO, on Voldemort's channel? Left back vibes. As long as they can play left back, I don't mind. But this left centre back stuff, I can't handle. Take the shtick. Not sure if you've discussed this, but I thought Elvedi was outstanding on debut. Looked like he'd been playing in the team for years. Yeah, he's no joke. He's proper, isn't he? International, and he's not going to be phased. Only one person so far. And that's for continued spamming. I wear the mod badge with honour. You love the modding, mate. You love the modding. I'm glad it's only one, though, AO, to be fair. It puts a bit of confidence in going forward. You'll be setting off a conspiracy here, though, Steve Morrison, where he's gone full blown Sam Allardyce. I don't know, to be fair, BMG. If someone is decent, respectful, and just, they shouldn't need mods. I do sort of agree with that as well, to be fair. So, yeah, I do think, yeah. We don't need mods over here. We deal with them in house. Fucking Voldemort, man. Honest to God. Martin in the building. don't think Usyk particularly. I think it's massively over-egged how bad Usyk beat Fury down, though, to be honest. I think them fights are a lot closer. I don't know why he's now washed up, tarred with the same brush that Joshua has, just because fucking Usyk beat him in 2 close fights. You know it, Bretty boy. Wherefore art thou the dick slaps? Wherefore art thou the dick slaps? Get up, you dick slap. That's as hard as my dick on flop. If you're offered a ticket free for life at Ellen Road, it came with caveats. Get your hand off my penis and Voldemort as your wingman. Yeah, I'd go with Voldemort every week because I think it'd be piss funny. I think he'd be more concerned about it than I was. Because I think this is totally overblown. I mean, I've heard stories about some, that unfortunately, the amount of stuff I actually won't say, just for the sake of in-house, so I just can't be arsed. It'd be him that'd be bothered about going footy with me. I couldn't give a fuck. I'm sure he's like all right lad, as a lad. I think most lads are. I don't really know what you want, but unfortunately, your online presence is all I can see, and you're a dickhead. So it's just his arrogance. But they're all a bit arrogant, aren't they? We're all a bit arrogant. The chronic texter, you can do it in different ways, can't you? It's like, in fairness to Voldemort, he don't chronically text me, giving me shit every time I say something online. So, but that being said, I was going to say he doesn't have my number, but he does. He's got it the same way as the chronic texter. So, I think I've only ever given my number out to Lockie, Luke, and Joe. So anybody else that's texting me, in my opinion, from the content world, shouldn't be. Yeah, yes, Peter White. Cheers, brother. Yeah, yeah, it's fine, man. She's all right. It's fine. Also, it's just all a bit mental. I agree, Jared Garbo. I think it's a lot of woof. I think 10 used to be in behind 9, didn't it? It's a lot of crap. And it's a different game now. I think Moses will just hammer him, to be honest. I think he's there to be it. I actually hope he puts it on him a bit, because I'm getting a little bit bored of the Moses chewing session that I have to listen to every time I listen to a boxing podcast. It's like just blowing him off relentlessly. So I hope Ergovic has got enough about him. He's a tough bloke, isn't he? But if he's there to be it, I just think Moses has got that vibe about him, hasn't he? But keeper comes in, yeah. I think we'll end up with a keeper and another. I think we'll get 2. 3 would be mint, but again. Yeah, I think Moses has got a bit more about him, though. BMG, I think Dubois there to be it as well. I don't know. There's an invincibility about Moses a bit, which could absolutely fuck him over. To be fair, but this Hazard fella going to beat Louis, you reckon? I don't know. I don't know what fight that is. MVG. Only as vulnerable as we are on right hand side defensively. I think Wilson will just have to pick his balls up and be able to play out there, won't he? And we go Dan James on right and just do overload all the way around. Well, that's the question on everybody's lips, to be fair, Steve. I think there's I think Farker will end up having he won't finish his career at Leeds, that's for sure. And to be fair to O'Leary, he sort of did, didn't he? I know he went to Villa and I don't know if it stopped after Villa, but Farker will go again. I don't think there's any doubt. I think Farker's the real deal, me. How much is that dog in the window? It's a banger. And you can't rule stuff out. to be fair, gang, like, ooh, let the dogs out! Ooh, 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 ooh. A big factor will be if Ampadu stays fit. It'll be a huge blow if we lose into injury. Yes, indeed, BMG. I do think, again, it comes down to that 4-week jobby. So if it's for 4 weeks, you get away with it a bit. But anything longer than that, it starts to become a real problem. Have Wilson and Aronson battle it out on the right for creative winger and Okafor and another complete for the left. I agreed. I agree, Steve. That's why I want a bit of sauce on left wing. But if it don't come in, we're just going to have to work with what we've got. And Wilson will just have to pick his balls up. Get your request. I feel that I am winding down a bit out, to be fair, boys. I'm fucked. Been out, honestly, I'm fucked. Hope our owners are filming Dr. Farker's Leeds United. Been brill so far, more to come. I hope so, War Pigs. Is that when it started to dip out? I'm here now, though. I'm here. Yeah, it's going to be a mental game on Sunday, to be fair. I'm here. I thought I've done all right with comments tonight, to be fair, boys. Players staying fit is one thing. I'm terrified other teams are going to put in dirty bad tackles to take our players out. With refs allowing it, hopefully not. When playing footy many years back, I could use both feet the same. All professional footy players should be able to use both feet if they can't work fucking harder. There is absolutely no reason why they shouldn't be fleet-footed, all boxed up. We're all going to have a preferred foot, but, left-footed centre-back is more important in a back three. I'm not worried about centre-backs. We have Elvedi, Justin, and even Ampadu can always revert to a back four in an emergency. Yeah, I still don't think a back three requires a left footer, but I know what you mean. It's preferable. Obviously, it's preferable. But I'd rather have a better defender than just giving him a left foot. It is novel, MVG, to be fair. I'm just releasing little videos. I'll send you them. It's just bullshit videos, just trying to garner a bit of... It tickled me, to be fair, but... I know, Steve, but I don't see how it makes any difference. I really don't. We're not asking a centre-back to play... If you're playing out from the back, it's a 5-yard pass. All professional football, the centre midfielders can play a pass with his weak foot that is no longer than 6 yards. It's an absolute hype job. If Rodon can't receive the ball on his left foot and play a 5-yard pass to his left back, the game's gone. It truly has. I think that'll be too much for Wardley. I think it's fucked him. I think when you get a beat down like that, I think he'll go quick. I really do. Take it easy, BMG. Appreciate you, brother. Take care, BMG. Getting the love that it deserves. That 2 11s in a week's gonna be fucking hellacious. Right, boys. That's me. I'm absolutely kaplunked. Kaplunked old school, innit? You do, to be fair, Steve. Yeah, and he won't want to be pulling. He won't want to be pulling Ampadu out at midfield neither. Oh. There's an echo. Not seen Ali, no. He must be working on his centre midfield shit. Oops, I did it again. I don't think he'll hit him though. I hope he does. Genuinely does. In the championship, we cried out for a 10 because we couldn't break down low blocks. Now we're in a Prem and not the big dog. How many low blocks will we actually come up against? This is it, Steve. And we play a bit different, don't we? Yeah, I've not seen. I know Joe Lewis is. I'm not sure who Ezard Charles is though. Band in the wind. See you later, Pete. Take it easy, brother. Hell of a fight. And there's the respect. Take it easy, Steve. Right. Sorry, Peter. It's fucking Steve. Where did that come from? I'm off to go put something in the fucker. I'm going to run to the shop, I think. Yeah, they've been slapping goals in past couple of games as well, to be fair. Are you looking for a ticket, MVG? Oh, Bretty boy, what a legend. Appreciate you, Brett, my old mucker. Appreciate you, lad. Cheers, all boxed up. You're a legend, mate, and you know it, and don't you forget it, my lad. Take it easy, AO. Appreciate you, man. MVG. The Octo knows what day it is. Lukey boy, Mingy. Appreciate every single which one of you, as you well know. Julian Airy, been a member for 8 months. 78 RPM. Who seems to have dipped. Bastard. I'm only messing. Absolute legend. Cheers, 78. Cheers, Bretty boy. Ming for the super chat. Pat Dunn for the super chat. The Right Reverend Right. Southie. The boyos. Appreciate every which one of you. If you don't know by now, you never knew. BMG, all boxed up. AO. Gomez Gang. War Piglet. Julian Airy. Oh, Steve Morrison. Gerard Garbo. Joe Depp. Pat Dunn. Some boyos. Enar in the wings and you know it. No dissing the Octo and you know it. Appreciate you all, guys. Thank you very much. I will do a shit vid tomorrow, genuinely. I'm blue. Zebedee, Zebedee. Zebedee, Zebedee. Right, guys, I'm out of here. Also, I don't know what we're on about here. The Right Reverend. Reverend Right. I never used to be able to say that, and now I fucking wake up in hot sweats going, the Right Reverend Right. It's really like embedded in my mind, that. Yes, Andrew Thompson. Trafford's the best keeper in the world, and you know it, and don't you forget it, my dude. Get up, Andrew. Appreciate every which one of you. I'll do a quick shit vid tomorrow, I promise you. Some build up to big game at weekend, because I think it's going to be difficult. And we'll have it. Lukey boy. Boing. Yes, all boxed up. Take it easy, everybody. I'm running to the shop before it shuts at 12. It's a 4-minute gallop. No, it's a 4-minute trot. It's a 2-minute gallop. 1.5 minute sprint. And probably a 5-minute walk. Check in on Ali if you see him anywhere else, boys, as well. We got, like I said, we got 79 tonight, boys. Decent effort. Appreciate you, boys. I'm out of here. Peace.